Hello, everybody, and welcome with us, Ginton Dice. Welcome back with us. So please, why don't you go ahead and sit down, have a drink, sit back and relax as you sit with us, a bunch of nerdy friends, at a virtual table playing Dungeons and Dragons.
Dungeons and Dragons?
Pathfinder, 5th edition.
Damn it with the Pathfinder.
Is this
Wait,
Risk?
Is this AD&D?
This is
I know how to play Risk.
this is close to Risk as possible.
Is this Europa?
Oh no.
No, God,
What's
no.
Civ 5?
No. So anyways,
Civ 6?
welcome
Civ eight.
everybody. We are starting our now second campaign that these people, for whatever reason, want to play. I really don't know why.
I don't want to. We're forced. Like I have like a gun behind my head. You just can't see it.
Hey, that's your last warning. Quit it.
Just on the screen, the person holding me hostage.
We are missing one. Cole will hopefully be here soon. The slacker.
Fucking pizza bullshit.
Yeah.
There you have
He
it.
would-
There,
There-
you go.
Look.
Everything up.
Right when I have to be speaking about it.
Mhm.
All right. Welcome. I'm glad you can make it to the intro.
Might have ran over an old lady. Not gonna say yes or no to that.
As long as it's not
I
in a
mean-
mission, I don't care.
Yeah, collateral damage, right?
As long as you
Yeah.
don't make us accomplices.
So,
Oh shoot! I was
Uh,
here the whole time, so you guys knew it. Yeah.
I again would like to thank everybody for continuing to stay with us. And if you do, awesome, thank you. And if you don't, I don't blame you.
Fuck you.
Sorry, I was
That
wrong
works
earlier.
too.
It's 8, not 9.
What?
The number's even lower. It was 8, not 9.
Well,
I
it's okay.
already forgot. All right. So, anyways.
Yep.
So, without further introductions or acknowledgments, you have the same typical crew.
+1.
Plus one. We have Cole, we have Leroy, we have Clay, and now we have all the way down. I gotta go through Leroy's camera. Bryce.
I bought a
Yeah,
camera.
up and
today,
down,
guys.
up and
I
down.
bought a
Arm.
camera. Okay, I bought a camera. All right. Just
So he will hopefully join us next time, and if
Yeah.
not, you can roast him.
The reason why he
do
isn't
it.
on camera now is he's duct taped to a chair with a gun to the back of his head like
Alright,
everyone else.
That's your second
Except-
warning. That's your second warning.
Things that
I'm already
I've
way
done
pa-
before.
I mean, I'm
So
already boarding 8, so I don't know how it's going.
yeah.
actually just the DM throwing his voice.
So, anyways, we got fun times ahead, and it's going to be probably rough at the beginning, but we'll smooth on out sailing. So, without further ado, why don't we go ahead and get into tonight's episode of Yuletide, the Dragon Emblem.
Hey, wrong campaign. Shit.
Wrong.
We are starting off in the region of Cinca. This region was once home to dragons, has now been taken over by humanity. And civilizations grew and grew, and finally, we have what we have today. In the year of 1133, we are starting off. Hey guys, I got music for us too. That
Music.
I already
Honey?
forgot.
Musica.
There we
Oh wait, I need to unmute the. I need to unmute the. Oh yeah, I can hear the music now.
Yeah. Let me make sure it's not blasting on this other one right quick. I never even changed theirs. They probably can't even hear it. But that's fine. Sucks to be them. So.
Oh, it's gonna be super loud, so they won't hear anything. But
So.
They can't even hear us. They just hear the music.
Where we are starting off is at the Festival of Yuletide. For you all, you know that Yuletide is and was created after the two factions of the Moonlight Ashes and the uh, Solar Knights finally ended their rivalry and broke their alliances, bringing peace back to this region. This festival is what every single person looks to every single year. This is what people constantly look forward to. This also just happens to be a special year, as it is now the second time at this festival that the tournament Grimanaga has been held. You all are still slightly aware of this, but just to make sure, Grimanaga is a tournament that is held only for the champions of all of the guilds. Whoever wins gets to hold for 4 years until the next tournament the dragon emblem. This artifact, this relic that was discovered on one day at the festival. Still not much is known about it, but the person who now holds it is the champion that belongs to Zetham. The so many new people. The Blades of Light. So
Absolute asshole.
So, you guys are starting off at the festival. You guys have the ability to join the basic tournament that is there, that is held for multiple people. If anybody ever wants to partake, it's not really. You don't necessarily always see a bunch of people going into this. It's more fun for commoners alike. Sometimes little kids, and then sometimes you'd see people who trained solely for this. So, we will start off with Aeth.
Holy God,
Get that pizza
What?
out of your mouth, son.
Oh,
chew quick and swallow.
yeah. Oh. Oh.
Maybe you shouldn't chew quick, but swallow is always good.
Large apple juice.
No, it's small apple juice. It just looks big in his hand.
Cole's just a gnome.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I was like, what?
Oh. Oh
Okay.
God, you found
That's
out.
one of them
No.
little kid apple juices that you can get at like McDonald's or whatever. Cole's just a gnome, so it looks huge.
Yeah.
It's the opposite of me holding a regular sized pop can with
Yeah.
my ridiculous large hands.
So, Aeth. I'm gonna change this to.
Roll me dead saves. You're dead.
Yeah.
Unlucky.
Oh God.
Oh.
That definitely sounds
dun-
like.
Dun dun.
That definitely sounds like fighting. I don't want fighting. I just want. You know. We'll go to this one. There we go. It's peaceful. You're not dying. I'll tell you that.
Watch after a couple minutes, it goes to deathly battle music.
So, anyways.
Is it
All of these songs eventually lead into battle music.
Yeah, they do. Okay, so anyways, Aeth, you get there as part of the kind of like a few days before, if not a day or two before, before the actual festival starts. You're there to provide security, to keep a watchful eye on things, and if things are going rather peacefully, you may partake in some events, but you don't need to be getting carried away. So, as we're here on today, with the festival now roaring, with crowds coming in, people who slept right on the outskirts for the day to for the beginning of the day. Uh, what are you doing? Go ahead and also describe your character for us as well, please.
All right. So what everyone sees is a taller fellow. I have to add that in because yeah. He's taller. He's about 6'6". He is with grayish hair tied back in a ponytail. He's got black and green leather armor. You do see that he's got a cane in his right hand, where it's very noticeable that his right hand is metallic in appearance as a prosthetic, and then you notice that he's leaning on the cane a little bit. The cane is elven in design. It looks very well made with the wood. The wood is very finely designed. Um, there are some inscriptions in it that are in Celestial, Sylvan, Elven, and some basic common phrases for the basic people. And he has red spectacles that are over his eyes that change depending on how bright it is or how dark.
Okay. As the crowds are starting to funnel in, what are you doing?
I guess I would be making sure it doesn't get too crazy. Try to keep things in order. And no cuttings in line. No pushing people over. Basic security.
You also are aware of the three uh, guardians that are watching over this festival. Typically, it was usually two, but you are aware the reason why there's a little bit more guards here than usual, than any other years at this festival, is the fact that two more additional groups are coming into this festival. The two groups that have never came to this festival until now, which is people, you get maybe one or two from these places, but now you're getting a crowd, almost a horde, if you will, from Elisset and Cruxburn, the people of the Dark Suns and the Enclave Hunters. And you are aware that hopefully there's no conflicts, as the per rules on this festival is there is no hostility on these grounds unless you're in the tournament and it requires obviously combat. But the three guardians that you know that are here, or at least heard that are watching over this place, is the three dragons. One from the city of Raka, who is a bronze female dragon. The black male dragon from Ares Gate. And the yellow male dragon from Dryridge. Now, for all of you, you are aware that these dragons take on a more human look when they're, if you will, socializing, but their hair always matches the color of their respective scale shine, along with their face having a little bit of show and tell of scales. It is kind of a part of what they're supposed to do per the, I guess you can say, the treaty that was done right after the guilds versus the dragons ended. This way, everybody will always know who these dragons are and where they are. So you are aware that those three are watching over this festival, but you so far haven't seen them yet. as that's happening, Elise, how early would you have gotten here at the festival? Would you have gotten here on day one, or would you have waited a few days?
Let me get out a dice. I'm gonna personal roll for this. See. Well, that doesn't fucking help me with a 10.
Telling you, you need a
We
bit.
were-
Didn't even show up. Didn't even,
No.
not even there yet.
I guess just show up on the evening of the first day.
Okay. Uh. Okay, great. Then we will go ahead and shift to Clarence and Garbu. Both of you who received passage from a caravan that was wanting to here to get early to set up their shops and obviously be prepared for when the crowd comes. You guys, after getting closer and closer to once you guys got to at least the outskirts, and that tends to be where a lot of people tend to rest before venturing further in at the Golden Summit. That is where you guys were dropped off, while the main caravan actually goes inside to set up and prepare. As a lot of the people, unless you are security or part of merchants, or anything that's related to, you all tend to wait outside on the outskirts until the day of. So, you guys waiting until the day of, as it is now, you guys entering in. What are you guys doing?
Told me I needed to try this thing called fried butter.
It was. There's a lot of stuff we need to try, but like,
But
we
Pa
honestly.
said I needed to get the fried butter.
Well, we'll get some fried butter. We'll get some fried butter. Now hold on. Don't you like games too? There'll probably be some games here.
Oh, my favorite game is Find the Shoe in the Rubble Heap.
That's not a. Oh, I mean, you know what? That's a great game. That is a great game. Let's go find some other games. See if there's some other games you like.
Do they have Find the Piece of Metal in the Rubble Heap?
Yeah, maybe. You know. Well, let's not get our hopes up too much. Not a whole lot of rubble here. You can look around and see.
There's dirt.
Well, that's not really rubble, is it?
Did they hide the things in the dirt?
I mean, you can look. I won't judge you, buddy.
I take like a random pot just like off of my shoulder and start trying to scoop in some of the dirt right in the middle of the walkway.
I just let him do it.
Do I find anything in the dirt?
Just
Some
more
monster.
padded dirt.
No worms or anything?
You think probably when the setup tends to happen, causing a lot of whether bugs, insects, or wildlife to maybe slightly migrate outwards.
They did a really good job hiding things in this dirt.
You know what? Let's try some other games. Let's try, and I like kind of grab him and like pull him towards the closest like game stall or vendor stall that has something he can do and distract him.
Okay,
The
well,
random pot back on my shoulder.
there are tons of small stands, if you will, that you could say that offer things for little kids at like 2 to 3 copper. Little kids can have fun. There is some. If I'm counted right, there's at least 7 main, if you will, contests or tournaments with a prize for them. But those are like held a little bit later. Those are things that people tend to actually train to do. And there was one on each day. And like I said, if there's 7, then one on each day up to 7. And then the rest is a build up to on the last day of Grimanaga.
I'll drop him off to play one of like the kids games, and I'll go look for.
They have
fried
like
butter.
the one where you toss a ball into a fish bowl and you win the fish.
No, you can't have a
The
pet.
prize for this one is snack.
I knew it.
I can't wait for this game.
Yes,
this is a bathroom
they
line.
they do. They do have a fishbowl game.
Yes.
Oh no.
Yeah.
Uh,
I'll
that-
point to that one and say what I just said about it. The prize being snacks.
That will be like 3 copper, and you get like 4 tries.
I'll pay for
my
his
God.
little, escapade for him.
Okay.
Finding more use for the fish than the actual kids are.
Garber, why don't you go ahead and just roll
Dexterity.
Roll the campaign. Oh, visual.
make
Take
a
care of that fish.
you can make an athletics check.
Ooh,
Well, we'll make it a little bit more.
decent. Ooh, 18.
Okay. That easily secure with your first shot, easily secure your first. And
Get 3 more fish for
as-
3 copper.
as you're throwing the ball into the fish bowl and stuff, why don't both of you go ahead and describe your characters?
Garvu is a small red kobold with a yellowish underbelly that stands about 2 feet 2 inches, or for those on the metric, about 2/3 of a meter, and weighs about 37 pounds, or about 16 3/4 of a kilogram. And he has brownish red eyes and wears heavy armor that's made out of makeshift scrap metal, like pots, pans, maybe a tea kettle just kind of pushed in somewhere.
It's the only thing that's holding it all together.
Wait, so hold on. So,
Like
Where's
so
the
the
tea
metal's
kettle?
all been like
Takes that-
flattened and like pushed into each other, but
If the tea kettle falls out, it all falls out.
I guess
would
so.
I know that if that gets pulled, that it would all fall off of him?
No, but it's a really strong indicator that it
Okay.
looks like it's important.
Okay. Do I
What-
need to describe
wait.
mine, or you still got more, Braden?
No, that's it. I just wrote
Okay.
2 sentences.
Clarence is a goblin with sort of tannish bronze skin, not green. He's got very, very, very like pinched features, like kind of exaggerated like goblin features. He's got a buzz cut hair. He's wearing like, I don't want to say scraps, but you can tell he's been outside for a while. It's not dirty so much as just faded and worn and stuff like that. But he is definitely always tinkering with something. Either he'll like pick up something broken and just randomly start fixing it, or he's working on one of his small projects at all times.
And I'll say you're about maybe 2 to 3 more days until the project that we talked about, until it's
Okay.
done. So, as y'all are playing your games and whatnot, as the day has gone by, at least you make it to the festival. A little bit later in the day, it's not too bad. Definitely crowded. Everybody wanting to see what's new, what shops have brought for this year's onlookers and games and so on and so forth. What are you doing? And go ahead and describe your character as you walk on to the scene.
As she stands probably like in the middle of like what would be the most busy area, you see a 6 foot tall, green haired elf. I think she'd probably stick out a little bit because her robes that she has have like symbols of the moon on them, and she wears sort of like a headdress with like a moon on her forehead. And She has quite long flowing robes, and she just stands there looking around, probably looking for, like, she has very piercing gray eyes, and she's looking for anything astrology related.
I can go ahead and make a. You can make a perception or an investigation check if you want.
Oh, that's an easy choice. 17.
All right.
I assume
You
that's
don't-
investigation, right?
You don't really find too much that goes on that, at least from an outward glance, look like it has any resemblance to something that you're looking for. So, but that's just kind of judging it from the outside.
I think she just goes and looks for like old ladies, old men, eccentric people, and starts like making the rounds around those people. And she doesn't really look for, like, whenever she's like, she sees normal wear, she just ignores it and she's like, I'm not interested in this shit. She looks for all the weird things and see if there's anything amongst the things people would normally avoid.
Okay. Give me 1 second, because I am not paying for an app, but I can just use it for free. Let's see.
Tripped over the hole I made in the middle of the path.
No, that tends to be, that would have got covered up a lot sooner. So you're looking for stuff that is interesting.
Bella. Good girl.
Give me 1 second.
Yeah. Yeah.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah. Like the other day, was it Turbo who we were on call with?
We were on the call with Turbo when he thought your
Yeah.
baby was a dog.
Yeah. The baby was just sitting here, and I was like,
Honestly,
"Hi, do you
though,
want something?"
As,
Hi.
as somebody who doesn't have kids, like, the way you were talking to your child was the same way I would talk to my dog.
Hi, are you looking for something? Do you want something? Huh, Bubba?
Oh
Do you want something?
What are you
That's what
doing?
I was saying.
Yeah, that's literally
yeah.
what he was saying. So, like,
I was
my,
like, "Hi, what are you doing?
yeah,
Do you want?"
my friend
something?"
goes, "What kind of dog do you have?" What did he say? He said like something
It
like,
was, "What kind of dog do you have?"
yeah.
I think. And then I was like, "A human one or something like that."
And Joey goes, "Oh no." Hilarious.
That was lovely. That was just lovely.
I think it was either like, "What kind of dog" or "What kind of puppy" or something like that.
Yeah, he said puppy. You're right.
Because I
Okay.
said a human one, because a puppy would be a baby dog.
So you went to try to look for something that seems interesting that a lot of people wouldn't really go for. I'll let you choose between. The first things would have drawn to your eye. You can choose between either 1 or 2.
Oh, you just wanted to?
Yeah, 1 or 2.
He's gonna roll a 10
Mm.
again.
No, I'm gonna roll something else.
A 1d2.
It's
That's
a
called
2.
a coin.
A 2. Okay.
Yeah, I just rolled a d4 until then I don't want it to.
All right.
You could always divide the d4 by 2 and then round.
That was difficult.
Uh,
3 then.
So you.
I mean, there's a 1 and a 2, and it's like eventually you get on it more.
as you kind of glance around and looking at a couple of things in here and there, you come across a set of like bracers that appear to have a type of symbol on it that's like kind of faded out. People kind of just overlooking at it at the moment. Nobody seems to be paying any attention to something like that. Next, you see it looks like it's being sold as jewelry in a way. And this one at least catches your eye just for a second. It looks like a collar and a bracelet, and on the collar it has a like a star emblem on it.
Mm.
The next thing is um it there's like a little sign on it that's just like "Do not touch, ask shopkeeper," but it's just like a circle ball that is just um a little bit of uh kind of like it has more of a reddish upper top and a little bit of a whitish undertone on the bottom, but you would have to ask the shopkeeper about that one.
Or Pokeball?
There's no such thing as Pokemon in my world.
I think she
Digimon, guys.
looks at
There's no-
those things, and I guess she like.
Well, there's two more if you want to hear it.
Okay, sure. If there's more,
Yeah,
is there more?
Yeah, there's more.
More. Okay, great.
I made a whole list.
Oh yeah. I'm gonna go.
There is a kind of like a a stuffed doll, if you will. It looks like it's been dragged through the mud. People are overlooking it left and right. And as like you kind of walked by it, right? You just glancing at things, and you think it maybe was just a dirty doll. You think you saw the eyes move for a second, but then when you look at it, it's not doing anything. You probably even stare at it for a moment, but it looks very creepy. But other than that, nothing too glamorous about it. And then the last thing is this is the only thing that seems to be a piece of jewelry that is being sold at a very high price. Give me 1 second. Like a little too high, if you will, probably close to somewhere between like 100 and 200 gold pieces.
Mhm.
And so those are the types of things that you come across as you're wandering through, going to other stalls, and some places they have kind of like a shelf behind them, and they have a couple of rows where you can see what they're offering. And then there's some that are pitched up like a tent to where you can actually go in, kind of browse a little bit, and then walk out if you don't see anything.
Mhm.
Does
I think she will look at the thing with the star on it,
okay.
just out of curiosity.
Anything? Are you?
I mean, she just like looks at it, like turns it around in her hand, and like sort of sees if there's any inscription on it, other than just a little symbol.
Um. One second. Let's see. Nope, just on the collar, it has, like I said, the star emblem on it that's kind of dangling down, almost like a, let's say, a dog tag, if you will.
Mm.
And then it has the same simple, kind of like on the bracelet, but it's not like dangling or anything. It's like engraved on the bracelet. Um, but that's about all you see on it. It's the collar itself is a very fine looking. It looks like it has seen some use, but still a really fine looking leather. And the bracelet, uh, kind of, I'm gonna give it like a more copperish tone metal on it.
I think we'll just look at the shopkeeper. Is this like a for like a pet or something, and then you can show it you're the owner, or what's the whole idea behind this thing?
as you are looking to a give me a second. Do my thing. Okay. As you kind of go to an elf, and he's just, oh, it's just knickknacks that I have either came across in other places or people have sold to me, and I sell them. It's some
Remember where you got this one?
um I believe it was some woman who sold it to me. Don't quite remember. I think it was just. Sorry, there's just a lot that I do kind of come across here and there, and some things tend to slip my mind.
I mean, it seems kind of interesting. I mean, more like a. I mean, if I ever found like a pet, I guess would be. I don't know. Maybe an idea.
Well, I think I can sell it to you if you want at a Hmm. You look like. You know what? How about 20 gold pieces?
She looks at the thing in her hand and then he flips it around a bit. I mean, it looks a bit used. I don't know about 20 gold. I mean, I know you're trying to earn money, but at the same time, I mean, especially if you don't know if it does anything. I mean, then it's just like a little matching set of leather and copper.
Okay. You know, you're not necessarily wrong, and because you seem nice and stuff like that, and it is the first day of the festival, why not? How about 5 gold pieces?
It's worth.
There's like a
it's
dog, like a.
worthless.
Elise looks back. I mean, I guess there's something here that's like really excited. Like, oh, sorry, I got a bit distracted. Did you say 5 gold? Did you say 4 gold?
uh, I said 5.
Oh, okay, 5. Yeah, sorry, the dog or whatever that was.
Yeah,
Elise looks around.
somebody must better not. And he kind of looks better not be in my shop.
Hmm. She looks around. Doesn't look like it. I mean, considering that she dropped the price by quite a lot, I mean, sure, who knows? Might be something fun. And she'll just like take out 5 gold from her purse and be like, well, see if I can find a use for this at some point.
It's probably just worth the copper it's made out of.
Yeah, but it doesn't really matter.
Okay, so you.
I mean, Elise is not a. It's not a, like, how do you call it? Poor bitch. So you know, she
Okay.
can afford some random shit.
So, is anybody else going to do throughout and kind of like throughout
Oh, whoops.
the week as well? There is shoppings that can be done. At least if you'll add, just add a collar question mark to it.
What about the bracelet that came with it?
It's attached to it.
Okay.
I was right. Color and bracelet question mark.
That's fine. But is there any?
Any prizes I've won have either been tasted or eaten, depending on how edible they were.
We know.
Okay.
A snack that smiles back.
Goldfish.
You definitely so you got let's say about 2 to 3 of those fishes, and this guy thought like, man, you must really like fishes or something like that, and then saw you ate the first one, and he told you away from his away, no more for you, get out.
I guess they have a limit on three fish. Only 3 fish per customer, I guess.
At what point do I walk up? With the butter?
Oh,
I mean, you paid for him, so unless you decide to walk
Yeah.
away for a second, you were still there. You
Well, I
saw
was
him.
gonna-
You saw him get all 3 of these out of the what was it, 4 or 5? And so like,
Tries.
yeah, out of 4 tries, and so like, uh, as he kind of collect his prizes, you saw him immediately ate one.
Well,
And
I'll
then-
probably like open the bag and just drink the water with the fish, all in just one big thing.
Yeah, you were right there, and that's like you see the shopkeep look like kind of like
Horrified.
surprised, and it's like the hell, and he's just like, no, get like,
His first customers of the week, and it's some weirdo.
I'll just walk up to him and grab him by the shoulders. All right, buddy. Let's. I saw the fried butter shack down this way.
Oh,
you
Pa
can't.
said I needed to try that.
You can't just randomly eat everything. Like I'm not. I'm
Uh-huh.
not saying I wouldn't have eaten it. Come on, it looks
I-
good.
In
But
case the bag the fish came in.
nope, don't eat. Nope. That's nope. Can't eat that right now. We're gonna eat
It's
it
halfway
later.
down my throat.
Oh, I'm gonna just grab it,
ew.
pull it out, and just kind of shake it off,
oh.
and then put it like in my pocket, and then look at it and be like, so.
Uh-huh.
To a lot of people, when you eat weird stuff that they're not normal, like they're not used to, they get a little weirded out. It'd be like me walking up and eating my own poop. You know,
That would be
It-
weird.
that would be weird. But
I've
that's
never
how they.
seen you do that.
Oh, I don't because it's weird.
The chickens do it, but I've never seen
well,
you do it.
We're not chickens, so maybe we just don't do some of the weird stuff. We can do it. We just got to do it away from people. You know.
Got it. So don't eat poop.
Well,
I already don't.
yeah,
but
that's a
I
good.
don't.
That's a good rule to live by. And then we go look for fried butter.
So is anybody, and Aeth, if you think you could get away with it, you may as well. Is anybody going to try today's tournament, the first tournament, and it's a tournament of strength? Is anybody going to attempt and partake in this?
Do we know what a tournament of strength means?
Like it's,
I mean, would I
it's
know?
each of these tournaments, for basicness, I'll tell you what they're mostly about. But for broad terms, it's like people trying to do, for an example, like there's a group of challenges, let's say 10 people, and they'll go through a couple of challenges to get that number all the way down to like maybe the last 2 people, and then whoever wins will receive a prize.
Would my ma or pa have mentioned this tournament to me
I mean,
in a light
These-
of like, hey, you should try that?
these
If not, I probably wouldn't.
I would probably have shown you like a tournament board. if
these
you saw it.
7 tournaments, if you will, or challenges, are always held every year. So it's always again that people look forward to try to go do. It's almost like like imagine like those types of mud runs, right? That people will go and train to do. So when it comes around next year, they go and do it. This is the same thing. It's not really special in a way that like if somebody is like a champion, if you will, or just let's say again for this tournament it's like a strength, just like maxed out on muscles, they're not really allowed to partake in this because it's more like it's fun for the people to just get involved with together. It's also a bonding experience with everybody in this region. Again, most everybody in this region always looks forward to this festival, and this is the first time that 2 others that's never came here before, and this festival has at least been held 4 to 6 times, and this is the first time that these other 2 cities are now coming to actually partake in all of this. And so it's just something that will always try to bond the people over in a way. So it's nothing special. They tend to hold like a little prize money and like some type of item to give uh, to their winners, and they seem to be stuck on this one set of items that it seems to be. It's not really hard to make for them, and so at the same time they were the only ones who make it. So it's like it's rare, but at the same time it's not. So, but this first one is just a lot about strength and strength based stuff. You know, so like
I'm a noodle, so
who can like throw this log the farthest, who can chuck this ball, who can uh like bench press, you know, just a bunch of
Like the
stuff.
Scottish games.
In a way, yes.
Like an actual log?
Yes, like the Scottish games.
You never heard of a log toss, Cole?
Yeah, log press is like an event in strongman.
Yeah, I'm all right. I'll stay on security.
I'd say if it's just like a fun thing, then and if he's been told about it, it probably does sound good to him. So big dragons are strong dragons. I'm a strong dragon. I'm gonna do this.
You gonna be okay in there by yourself, bud? I'm not
Yeah,
really.
just a 2 foot tall kobold, just like in the line, just like
Okay,
trying to flex.
all right.
2
So
foot tall, somewhat scrawny kobold.
there's
Just
there's some decent like men ranging from humans to dragonborns to like all sorts elves, uh even some that are coming from other areas, half orcs and stuff like that, just a bunch of different people. And you can see they just like move their shirts up, showing all the muscles. Some are like going down to have no restrictions on themselves and getting ready. So
I'll drop my 150 pounds of book bag and armor, and then just be in my like undergarment and just like yeah. Just
Okay.
this scrawny little kobold over here flexing.
now to get into the tournament, it's only 5 gold pieces. And if
It's
you,
like half my money.
it's the only, it's the an entry that everybody has to pay.
Okay. I give them the 5 gold pieces.
Okay.
Big
So-
dragon, a strong dragon.
I am going to make
Big dragon, small, strong.
9 d20s, which is representing the 9 people, and you will make 1 strength check for me. So,
Can
wow,
I guide myself? Is at
You
a point where nobody's looking, could I just be like,
you can try to sleight of hand it.
oof. Not good at sleight of hand. Just want to put that out there. Am I smart enough? You know what? Yeah, I'll try it.
10 is at least average, I would always say. Alright, so you would try it. Alright, so yeah, sleight of hand.
Yeah, I think I'd try it.
Natural one.
Oh my god.
So
Didn't take that long for the first natural one.
as you kind of like everybody get in line and you like your hand is starting to glow and you're about to touch yourself and a guard places his hand. Who is walking with Aeth? And Aeth, you notice your friend kind of step to the side. Hey, there's no cheating here, no magic. This is pure
Hey.
muscle. He lets go of your hand and kind of takes a couple of steps back to allow the contestants and like the 2 to 3 people that was kind of close to you kind of looked and just shake their heads or whatever. Aeth, as your partner kind of comes back and stand next to you. Just going to keep an eye on this one real quick. As long as he plays fair,
Alright.
we'll move on.
Okay.
So,
Maybe another natural one and it's gonna hit the guard probably or something.
So here's how we're going to do this. Everybody has to beat 5. If everybody beats 5, it's going to be the 3 lowest ones that gets dropped. 3 or 4. So, why don't you go ahead and go first?
Glad I wasted my natural one, I guess.
Mm-hmm.
It's not that much better.
Okay.
Ain't bad.
Let's see what
Glad
the
I got rid of it, I mean.
So 2, 5, 16, 5, 13, 6, 8, 6,
The one
16.
guy failed.
So,
Just one old man who broke his back in the first round.
Oh my.
so not only the 2 fails, but the 2 people that made 5
Color, is
fail.
that you?
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Okay.
Did you see a furball run
Um,
out of the arena?
Because that there
Did
was
you say that?
two people with 6s, they're allowed to stay in. So there's 7 people now remaining. The first challenge was just trying to throw a ball. Second one is now
Man,
we're
somebody broke their back throwing a ball.
it's a 20-pound ball that you got to really chuck and throw. So now we're going to a log toss. All right.
To myself, I should have enhanced abilities before I walked in here.
Now this log toss, we're going to we'll bump it up to 8. Keep it nice and simple. So I'm going to do 7 if you will, or not 7, 6, because you are the 7th person. If you will go ahead and do a strength check. Nice.
Ooh.
I'm doubling
Nice.
each number you say so far. Ooh.
6, 19, 8, 11, 13, and 11. All right. So that's 1. He's going to be out. Fantastic. So 2 people got out, and now we're down to 5.
Are there who all's left in here? It's me and some Dragonborns and
You
elves.
see that it is you. There is 2 Dragonborns that seem to be having a little bit more of the competition with themselves, as they seem to keep getting like almost the same amount of distance that they keep getting. There is a orc and a elf.
I'm the only small folk in here.
Hold on, 4, 2, yeah. There's 2 Dragonborns, a orc, and an elf, and this elf is busted, and he's just like. There's some people that are just looking at him because again, not a lot of elves seem to be muscle based, but like about. It's like one of those that you compare your legs to somebody's arm, and you're just like, that's insane. So, now we're going.
If I could probably compare my leg to his wrist. I'm kobold, tiny.
So with 2 people gone, that's 4, including you is 5. So now we're going to try to reduce that down to 2 people that's left. So in this one, it is a small series of kind of strength abilities going through.
We have to pull a cart with our teeth.
No. So this is where you can make a strength check, and I'm going to use the second number that it gives you as well to a combined total. Okay? So
Believe in you, Braden.
with 4, that means I'm going
Hey,
to
listen, I'm a small race. There's probably a few people in the crowd who are already cheering for me at the very least.
Alright. So
Any other small folk out
I
there?
try to start a chant for Braden.
Small people. Small
Garbu,
people.
garbage,
Yeah.
and they just start chanting,
Garbu,
garbage.
go ahead and make a charisma check or a performance. Actually, yeah, make a performance check.
Might be better to chant
Charisma or
kobold.
performance? Which one?
Performance.
Okay. Oh, that's better than I thought.
You there's surprisingly a couple of people. You see other names being shouted as well, but people seem to be backing this little kobold. So you have to, if you're combining both totals, the original was going to be 12, so you have to beat a 24.
Ooh.
26.
All right, let's see what these people got. First one is 16 plus 7.
23.
23.
5 and 8.
13, 17, and 17. I'm the only one who beat 24, baby.
All right.
He's so excited.
Who had the 23? Was it one of the Dragonborns? Coming in
Or
second
was it
place?
the elf?
Or the
I'm,
elf?
I'm going to give it to the elf. So, now it's just you and the elf.
I put my hand up towards him.
And he looks at you and he's very happy
I'm
with what
2
he's
feet
doing.
tall.
And he goes to shake down. He's like, you're very strong.
I do
Grabs
that
you.
clasp and I try and grip his hand as hard as I can.
Oh,
Like,
it's
General Armstrong and Full Metal Alchemist.
both of y'all feel like the wrist pressure that the other one's giving. He just nods his head and is like, let's see who can win the last one.
Big dragon.
So, this is going to be a series of 3 checks, and it is a race.
Okay.
So, a nat
Is it
1.
like arm wrestling or
No,
like-
no. This is imagine, I don't know if any of you've seen it, where the strongest man competition, where you're taking different size of pounds of balls and putting them
The-
up
Oh,
on a
that one,
pedestal.
yeah.
Yeah.
Mm.
So it's a race.
Okay. I don't know if I can reach the pedestal.
Well,
but I'm sure gonna try.
they made it enough to where it's your height, but the balls are still the same weight.
Yeah.
Obviously.
They probably looked at me and went like,
Yeah.
let's just cut a huge chunk of the pedestal off.
So this is obviously to see who gets done faster out of 3 strength checks. With a nat 1, it's a fail of 2. And your third has to be pretty freaking amazing. So, on your mark, go ahead and roll your first one as I'll roll this
Ooh.
one.
Oh!
Wow!
This
9.
So, as you, both of you start to quickly go at it, you don't know if it's just because you're a lot smaller to the ground or what, but you're able to quickly pull this up and place it down, and you're quickly moving on to the next one. As he starts to go down, it's just like his muscles start to ache, and he's, oh God, why? And, like, all his veins in his neck is just bulging, and he's trying to lift this one up. And as you quickly, just to see, go ahead and make another strength check. He does not get to make one to show that you're ahead.
5.
Okay, so you're not.
Oh, no. We're both not doing well this
So
in
you,
game, but
so you go to quickly push that one up, and he's just like quickly comes in. He's right behind you. So like, once you get yours up there, he's like halfway get his up there, and so now both of you are pretty much hitting the third one at the same time. So let's see. I will say you will make one more strength check, and you will get a +4 to that versus his straight roll. So this is both of y'all going at it head to head. Are you ready?
yes.
Go for it.
8 plus 4, 12 versus the 10.
Both of y'all are straining to push this up there, and as he's starting to go, he can feel all his muscles wearing down just very quickly. And he's trying to get up there. He puts it up there, and he's just, I did it! And then people are cheering. People are, yeah, you go! Everybody's going crazy because the referee is already on your side, lifting your hand.
He's probably just lifting me up. I weigh 30 pounds or something like
And
that.
everybody's just lost their mind, and he's just kind of like dazed for a second. No. He walks up to you, and he's towering over you, kind of like this weird shadow that glooms over you, and it's like like, is he angry? And he's just, you amaze me. And he lifts you up, and he's just, the champion!
Basking in the glory of being the strongest person here at the moment, even though he's
You
not really. Just lucky.
Did you
you
just win a bunch of gold?
I think so.
Oh
uh
my god.
you get 25 gold pieces,
Nice, nice.
and you gain a medal of muscle
Ooh.
if you'll put that down.
Inventory.
Hey, there's metal. Wait, what kind of metal is it made of?
What does the metal taste like?
Oh my god.
You will have been told, in case if you don't know what this is. It is a just a bronze piece of metal, but it's kind of like somebody crafted into the way it shows like muscles being lifted, and they tell you that if you were to squeeze this in your palm, you gain advantage on strength checks and strength saving throws for 1 hour, but it can only be used once.
Okay.
So fantastic, good job. Uh,
I pin it onto my armor after I get all the armor back on.
it is nice and shiny compared to all of the others, and there's some people that are already like, as the days will go on, you'll get these glances of some people like, oh my god, that's the kobold that just whooped everybody in that strength competition. And you'll get some people who, like, tries to come up and like, hey man, can I have a 5? That was so great. At like through the whole festival.
I'm just loving every second of this little kobold. Just if he goes up to like a stall and they're talking about it, he is just like loving every second of it
So,
as he pulls out the second fish and drinks it
Oh,
in one gulp. He needed the protein after that, man.
so we are going to go to day 22 now. Is anybody doing anything, any terms of shopping and or partaking in this competition? And this 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 one is a swimming competition.
Nope. Mm-mm. I'll watch it, but I'm not competing.
You know what? I'll do it.
Oh, you'll do it?
Yeah, I'll
So
do it just for fun.
I need you to try to convince your partner that you're with to pretty much run interference for you to allow you to go and do this.
Hey, you know, getting a little bored running security. You think you could cover for me? I kind of want to do one of these events.
Really? Which event?
Swimming one.
Swimming. When was the last time you've gone swimming?
12 years ago.
That's what I thought. And you want to try this. You know what? I want to watch this. And he's just like, but don't worry. You won't get in trouble. But so as the day goes on and it gets to this competition, as you were you probably like pretty much went to the side a little bit earlier to change, so you're not giving your partner like all your stuff, and you change into some very basic clothing to go swimming in. And you notice that there is a group of the of your fellow guards that are just watching, and they're like, "Hey, pretty lady, what are you doing here?"
Wait, is your character a girl?
No.
There's
Okay.
guys amongst guys. You just
Teasing.
fucking know it.
Double checking. I thought it was
It's
a guy.
coworkers teasing him
Oh,
that
yes.
he's gonna do a swim competition.
Wanted to double check that was what was
I'll say
happening,
I
so-
probably mentioned to Clarence, don't you said you know how to swim. You want to do that?
Oh, knowing how and being good at are two different things, buddy.
I know how to lift things, and I was good at it.
Oh, yeah. I mean, you know, I think there might be better like competitions for me coming up. You know, this not really my style.
Like an explosion competition.
Well, Yeah, I'd be good at that.
You do make a lot of those.
It's not on. Well, it's just experimenting.
Yeah.
Okay.
No, I'm not. I'm
You're
not doing
big.
a swimming competition.
So-
no.
But Garbu would definitely have brought it up.
My
Okay.
athletics is like -2. Come on, man.
So, you are joined with a bunch of other people, and we're
So I
gonna
gotta take
this.
the prosthetic off.
It is up to you. It works.
I'm probably taking it
You
off.
Okay, that will put you at a disadvantage.
Will it? I don't think
I
metal
think
is
I'm
good in
losing.
water though.
I mean, the fact that you will use it to help propel you versus not having one to propel you. Because, I mean, I can't remember, is it up to your elbow or to your arm? Okay.
It's up to the elbow.
You know what? Because I also find this entertaining, I'll allow it to just straight roll. So,
All right.
this is going to involve 5 checks. It is just a straight race, and it's whoever can get there the
Mhm.
fastest. So, the first one we're going to do is we'll keep it basic like what we did. So, you're going to use a dex. You're going to use a dex, a con, strength, con, and then determining on how well you done determines the last one. Right?
Dex, strength, con.
It's going to go strength, or first off, it's going to be dex. Right?
X, con, strength, con.
Yep. To see if you can have a good starting speed, if you have the stamina to keep going, if you have the strength to keep pushing, then another check of stamina, and then depending on how well you roll. So, for the first one, your dexterity. I will roll 9, and if you'll go ahead and roll yours.
Alright, here
And-
we go. First one up.
Go ahead and make sure you pay 5 gold to enter it, if you haven't already.
This is
5
maybe
gold.
Could have been a What was Savashu? The water elf thing.
He was a
Triton?
Triton.
Triton. This
there-
is when you should have been a Triton with the swim speed.
There is 3 Tritons in this.
Oh no.
Oh crap.
You have a swim speed of 30, the same as your water
But-
or whatever.
But, like, 2 of them are, like, kids, and one of them is, like, a teenager.
I'm feeling pretty confident though.
Alright, so...
Oh.
Listen, a kobold won the last competition.
So go ahead and roll your dex.
Oh, a
16.
16.
Okay? I'll roll these 9. An 8, 10, 13, 17, 9, 2, 1, 4, and 6. Wow. There's only
please,
one.
Please have the.
The teenage one is actually pushing it in front of you. Just, you seem to be slightly catching up, but the 2 kids are also, like, right behind you.
Everybody else is just in your dust, I guess.
So I'm going to keep track of those
Is the
3 out there.
natural one drowning, out of curiosity?
You're talking
Does
about...
Guard need to get in and save him?
You're talking about he jumped in, everybody started to go, and then he got a cramp. So he's still like in the shallow end, and he's just like, oh crap, I really should have waited before I ate. So, I think because I'm going to say with that strong push, I'm going to do 9 more, but if everybody else, I'll say if all 4 of the main people I'm keeping track of, including you, if you guys roll pretty well, then it's going to just drop a lot of people out of the competition. So, now I need a constitution check of stamina to see if you can keep going.
Alright, here we go. Ooh, I got an 8.
They did.
The 3 that I'm keeping track of. So, you're already getting kind of... You're getting kind of tired. It's that same guy that had the net one.
It's the same guy. I got to
He
look.
has to be drowning.
He's,
He's drowning at that point.
Literally the same exact dice placement.
He's-
and everything.
He's still in the shallow end, and he's just laying face down in it. Okay.
It's that
So
SpongeBob episode where they're in like ankle deep water and they're drowning.
yeah. So the three that I'm keeping track of, the kid does start to slow down. One of the kids. The other kid is actually in the lead. Yeah, he's in the lead. He passed you and the teenager. And the other kid is passing. No, the teenager is passing you, still up ahead. So, for the most part, I'm going to say I'm dropping.
Keep the guy that's drowning in there, please.
Okay, so that's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7.
Watch
All
him
right.
make a comeback and roll natural 20. If in that same column where the 2 natural ones are is 2 natural 20s, he has to make a comeback. This was all a fake out.
Okay, so
He's like
he's
like
going to
Michael
be
Phelps.
he's going to be the last die then, because I'm only rolling 7. So go ahead now, make a strength check to see if you can push in.
Oh, I'm great at these. Okay, here we go.
Not too bad.
Ooh,
Okay.
16, not
The
bad.
last column's a natural 20, please.
Oh, there's a natural 20 there. Hoi.
So the last guy, he's definitely out. So I'll be at 6. So the kid that was falling behind it. So far it was one kid, the teenager, you, and the kid. That kid just skyrocketed up front. You are now the kid that was previously in first and the teenager are now kind of like around each other.
Mm-hmm.
There's one that's actually been keeping pretty strong, and I want to say he's caught up too. So now you have like a dwarf that's going at it, surprising in this little guy. I'm gonna go ahead and drop the last
The
two.
dwarf win. We're in the audience, and my kobold is just out there rooting for the dwarf.
All right,
Dwarf
so
people gotta stick together.
go ahead and make another con to see if you can stick in this.
Okay, con. Oh, that's really low. I'm rolling really low on my cons.
The dwarf is. I'm gonna say the dwarf is insane. So is he. Oh,
Literally,
Short people can only win the competitions this week.
yes. Mm-hmm.
All right, so right now, at this point, they
I'm
have.
rolling
Question:
really
Is the dwarf clean shaven with blonde hair?
No.
Okay.
Going back and looking at some of the previous ones, all 3 of the Tritons and you are now far behind. You're in last place. Then it's the 2 kids, the teenager, the dwarf, and a hell, why not a dragonborn? Whatever. They're actually in first place. So, I'm gonna say you lost this one.
That's fine. I wasn't
Because
really expecting to win.
they have been rolling so incredibly well. You know what? I'm gonna do this. I'm gonna do 5 more. If you can do a natural 20 with because it seems as though
Ouch.
I'll let it be your choice, and you got to explain to me what you think is why you're choosing this one to be your best one. You have been having terrible luck with Constitution, so you're running out of fumes. So I'm going to say no on the con, and it's either you want to try to do one last effort with Strength or Dex. I'll let it be your choice, but you have to pull a natural 20.
Let's try Dex.
Go ahead and roll.
Alright. Natural 20.
No.
Oh my god, are you serious?
How? What
I
did
rolled
these-
a 20.
And they all rolled so
lower.
low.
No way.
See,
I rolled a
Ace
20.
wasn't losing steam. Ace was pretending to lose steam.
He was biding his time.
Yeah.
I don't
He
understand
was
this.
saving his energy for the final push.
Oh my gosh. Okay. You.
He let the Tritons pass him. He let the Dwarf and Dragonborn pass him because he knew if they worked that hard to pass him, they were burning too much energy. Right?
You are
This was all
in.
strategy.
You are in last place, right? You started off pretty strong, and then you started to die down as some other contestants died down with you, but not as much. And then the ones that started in the back are just now bull rushing as fast as they can, going through this like skipping rocks. And you kind of like, as you take a glance to the side, and it's like in that weird pause, like time slowed down moment, you see all of your friends are just laughing their asses off at you. And um and you just feel like this. Do you feel enraged or motivation to just
Motivation.
you feeling like this? No, I want to prove them wrong. I want to show them that even missing pretty much an arm, I can still do this. And just out of nowhere, you hit just as fast as possible, and like you hear the horn go off, and you kind of like look up thinking that maybe you caught up, maybe it was the dwarf that was doing excellently well, and you see like he's catching his breath, out wide eyes staring at you behind you as you won this. You go back to your friends and they're all like, how in the hell did you just do that?
Used to swim a lot when I was a child with my brothers and sister.
You see some of them are handing gold to one another as they must have placed bets.
Oh, you bet. Feel like I should get a cut of that since I won.
The guy that looks at you and he's like, it's not your partner either. It's just this other guy that you maybe have rarely met occasion. He's just like, I don't know why I had a bet on you, but I took the odds. Here you go. Go ahead and take 20 gold from that right there.
Plus you're winning,
You get 25 gold for winning.
so 45 total.
And
Yeah.
you get a medal of the conch. Pretty much when you as you're holding this medal and you rub it, you will gain a swimming speed equal to your walking speed for 1 hour. But it, once again, cannot be used again after it is used. That is freaking insane.
The dice talk. They tell stories.
They do. It's very
Yeah.
impressive.
We're going to go ahead and skip to day 3.
That natural 20 is so well earned.
Is anybody doing any shopping out of curiosity?
Has there come anything new?
Do what?
Like I'm still looking for this. I'm still looking for the same stuff. Is there anything come new that's sort of related to it?
Let me check the other option real quick just to see. Are you still sticking with just the interesting things that might pop up here and there?
No, I was just looking for like things that specifically she would be interested in, like the, moon and star stuff. See if there's any like maybe star charts or something like that. You know, things that probably most people would think is really boring.
Why don't we go ahead and take a break early? So, we will be right back. Welcome back, everybody. So,
Me.
where we last left off, you were looking for some items. The closest one you can find, kind of sticking with a little bit of the strange, and I'll look through some others as we go on. The only real close one is a blue orb that looks like it's just snowing, like in the orb itself. Um, but there was a sign on it that just says "Do not touch." Ask the shopkeep.
Here, I'll just go up to the shopkeep.
Oh, you questioning about the orb?
A little snowy thing.
Kind of goes through and pulls, looks at. Oh yeah, this one is quite a little fun. It's also interesting. It seems that somebody, mm, I guess, wanted to know what snow looked like, and so if you shake that really good enough, it will snow, but like around you. That's
Oh, I
That's a-
thought it was literally just a snow globe.
no.
Oh, so you mean like if you shake it, it goes like around you?
Yeah, just you, like very close to you.
She looks at it. How much?
Well, not that it really proves useful, but it does seem to change hands, as far as I'm aware, quite frequently. Hmm. At about 5 gold pieces.
She looks at him. Looks at the orb. Hmm. How about 4?
Make a persuasion check. It'd be extremely low, just.
This guy was already being
18.
an honest salesman, unlike the last guy.
You want 4 gold pieces?
I mean, it seems fair.
4 gold pieces.
Sure. And she just gives him the 4 gold pieces and she has her little orb of snow. A little snow globe.
This is pocket change to me in coal.
So yeah.
I mean, I'm actually spending my money on fun shit, and you're just being useless.
So pretty much, for
Hey, I
simplistic,
spent my money on.
it
well,
is-
I spent Clarence's money on fish.
it is a
Mhm.
blue orb that when you shake it causes light snowfall 15 feet around you or whoever shook it.
Okay.
So, yeah. We are on
One-time
the.
used or unlimited or.
It's unlimited.
Man,
far
that's
as-
already more useful.
as far
than
as you
actual
know.
snow globe.
Stand there and continually shake it while following Sabura.
I mean, I think it's probably like a
bet you-
few times a day, at best, and it recharges like every dawn or something like that.
So, in this next competition, this is a okay. This is a competition of endurance, so a constitution endurance.
Mm-hmm.
No, nobody. Fantastic. Going once, twice.
No.
Okay.
I'm gonna watch it. I'm
Um,
not risking losing, okay?
I'm not either.
As we go to the 4th day, you guys, as you all out and about, you even notice that 3.
Wait, who won the competition that was endurance based? Just what sort of person?
Some random fucker.
Somebody I'm
Someone
not
who
going
was
to.
disabled or who wouldn't be expected to be endurance based.
Somebody I'm not
Oh,
going
this
to
is like-
create because there's no
Some
point.
fucking big beefy Goliath. Get fucked.
The elf guy went back and made a redemption. How about that?
Okay, you went for the redemption story.
All right. You
Liking
guys
that.
kind of like a little bit earlier in the day noticed the 3 huge dragons as they kind of soar across very slowly, and everybody seems to be calm about it. Everybody is fine, as you all as well should be. You all knowing of these three that are here monitoring uh, the festival to make sure nothing dangerous actually happens. Aeth, while the first 2 days seems to have been pretty easy, these next 2 days have been a little bit more of your attention. There does start to seem a little bit more hostility among uh, people from the other cities. What?
Read her a bedtime story.
Go. I'll open it. Go get it.
Just have her join the game.
Yeah. So I know.
We're up a character.
You guys will get used to it soon. Um. Anyways, where was I? Oh yeah. So you guys,
Dragon's sword overhead, and then the next 2 days.
yeah.
more people.
Hey, if you've been dealing with a little bit more of the drama between people, there are the citizens and people who come from Cruxburn or Ellicott are kind of being a little bit more targeted against, like people not wanting them there, people not wanting them to even take, and they're just trying to have fun with like everybody else, and you're having to go in and keep calm, in hopes that it doesn't get rowdier as we get closer to the bigger, mainer events.
Probably doesn't help that I won the swimming competition either.
Yeah.
And those random people there. Oh.
So, anyways, on this fourth day, is there shopping being done or anything? Out of curiosity, and
Is there anything weird coming up again? Like like she goes around every day and look for weird stuff.
okay, so if you're looking for the weird things,
Like you know, like I'm not usually, she's not looking for anything like armor or weapons or no. She's
We're
looking
on,
for
like, the
weird
fourth
shit.
day, right?
fourth.
Mhm.
Okay. You go into a there's like somebody that's like selling kind of like culture sets and stuff like that. Very basic. Some have different designs and stuff like that, but there's one that he has a little kind of like for special people that are interested. And if you were to inquire about it, he just tells you that it's this culture set, this fork, spoon, and knife.
Oh, cutlery.
Yeah.
I was like,
Sorry.
Mhm.
They're very picky and needy. He's like, it's the best I can describe about that.
What?
Let's just say, it makes whatever you want to eat delicious, but if you don't take care of it, you won't really be able to use it.
She looks at him. Okay, I've been finding a lot of interesting things, but I think taking care of cutlery is a bit out of my enjoyment.
Not a problem. It's only there was who were more keen on it, I guess you would say.
And
As
she just looked at him. Do you know any other people who sell weird shit?
he points you into a direction, he kind of blushes a little bit when he does, and he whispers the name to you. And as you go over there, it is a borderline sex shop,
Okay.
and there is there there is a whip that is on display that it's, as the description says, more benefit to the user than the uh than the one who gets used on.
Okay. Elise looks at it and like looks at the shopkeep and it's like
And
genuinely
it is
in-
a like a half orc, but she is like, you're talking about in some of the most, if not close, revealing type outfits. But it's like
and
she's
and
dressed with
butch as fuck.
she's dressed with obviously her shop in a way.
Like Elise just looks at her. It's like, so what does this mean exactly? Like it sounds very interesting.
It's, let's just say it's something only you would hear when you use it on somebody. You have to be more keen into personal satisfaction than anything else.
What?
She looks at it and then looks back and it's like, sounds so weird yet interesting at the same time.
You can, if you want to try to make a persuasion check to see if she'll tell you the actual things. A lot of these people don't want to spill. Either they don't know or they don't want to spill the entire thing about it, because it's either like people might be really turned off or they may not ever be able to sell this thing.
I want to use guidance on this because I want it to be better.
Okay.
I want to know. I'll just roll. So 4 on the guidance. There you go.
22.
And then on the persuasion, 19 for a total of
Oh.
23.
Nice.
I want to know. Tell me your secrets about.
She when she goes to whisper this to you, she does tell you that this is her favorite thing because she has one at home. So it is, again, it's a whip. When you strike anyone, the whip moans loudly, but only you can hear it.
Elise looks at her and like sort of like nods at her. How much?
Because she told you and you're like just dead interested, she's just like, hold on. Okay, yeah, just because you were just that dead interested, she's just, five silver pieces.
Like Elise doesn't even fucking bat an eye. She just fucking drops the 5 silver piece straight into her hand.
No
yeah.
questions. Just here's 5.
Yeah,
no
here's
questions
5.
whatsoever.
Wow.
Like I
At
love
least-
my shopping spree.
Bryce,
Yes.
at least it's not the thing that was brought up on Monday.
I just call it the whip of moaning. There you go.
That's pretty much exactly.
My
So-
shoes with Velcro.
If you want to add a basic whip to your inventory and then change the name to it and add the description, that's perfectly fine.
Sure. Okay, I'll do that.
So
It's literally just a whip that's been enchanted with the prestidigitation that specifically emits this sound,
yes.
or thaumaturgy
Now-
that specifically emits this sound.
I
So
would
The-
specifically, what sound?
Now,
bones.
Oh,
Yeah.
so like, how's it sound though?
like,
Yeah, you can make that sound.
yeah,
That's the DM's discretion as to
That's
You-
why.
what sort of moan does it sound like.
Is it a man?
it is a multitude of languages, races, genders. It's just, I will say at best, depending on the person you whip it on, is the type that you'll get from it.
Mm.
So
So
it basically sounds like that person then.
yes, but at least it could be a multitude of different
Sound
of
like a
that
show?
race and gender. So it doesn't have to be the constant same sound. Anyways, this next test or competition is a competition of wisdom. This is a people would be placed in. They would have about 10 seconds to look at a map. And then you guys are all blindfolded and carried into a center pit. And when you're unblindfolded, you have multiple directions and you have to get out of the maze.
Mm.
So,
And it sounds like fun. It sounds amazing.
Is that
I'm taking
Garbu or
psychic
Braden?
damage.
that,
That is Garbu.
I smack him on top of the head.
Probably a pop falls off from somewhere.
Your mouth all
Ow, why'd
tortured,
you
I
do
think.
that?
Which one was this? What? I want to do it actually. A puzzle maze. That sounds fun. I'm
Yeah,
back.
it sounds like I don't think we'd have had a corn maze where we're from, but like
Nope.
the trash mazes we used to make.
Yeah. It's kind of cool. I think I might
Was
try.
it was it wisdom?
yes,
Yes.
it's going to be just straight wisdom.
Uh-oh. Uh-oh.
I'm putting down the 5 gold.
Oh, I thought it was
Uh,
gonna be
I'm-
intelligence.
No,
No,
Oh.
it's just straight
I-
wisdom.
it's
I'm gonna give one of the guards crap and be like, oh, you should do the you should do the maze. You should do the maze.
You can make a persuasion check with disadvantage.
You betcha, I got you on that one. Alright.
yeah, warlock. You got this.
Oh,
Yeah, he's just
nice.
like,
Oh,
yeah, no, we're
you got
gonna
a +5 on that as well.
we're gonna keep going on. The traffic seems to get a little bit hotter today, so
Alright.
and
Actually, is today the day I finish the thing?
I'll say yes.
Then I probably won't be doing anything. I'll just be
Oh.
finishing.
Okay,
Yeah.
so is anybody doing this?
I am. I'll put down the gold.
Anybody else?
I mean, this is like the only thing that she might be good at. She has like a bunch of maps anyway. I am, however, going to cheat before I join. Because it's probably gonna be a while, so a while before the contest starts, she's like a little bit, she's gonna cast Enhance Ability.
I got in trouble last time I cheated, but I did say under my breath that I also wanted to do that, but I don't know if I'm gonna do that or not.
It's up to you if you
Are
want
you-
to or
Do
not.
do I see the guard who was eyeballing me last time?
This the sound off for like a roll call for this, like, hey, been you taken in this particular competition, it starts in an hour, and so like people need to come up and sign up and pay, and it's kind of like whoever gets there first type of deal. That's why there's always just 10 people. If not, it'd go on forever. So anyways,
Do I see that guard and his partner though, the ones who were eyeballing me the first day?
Probably.
you saw
Does it look like they have eyes on me right now?
no, they are not even close to you.
Okay.
They're not even there.
I will also cast enhance abilities.
I'm really glad I didn't join this one now.
Okay,
Just straight up cheat.
so as
I
we
mean, you're always gonna cheat.
as we get down to
Not
it,
cheating unless you get caught.
That's
I am
Yeah.
going to roll 8d20s. So the idea is, the higher your wisdom is, the quicker you get out. I'm going to say the first two. You know, we'll do it this way. It's going to be if you can beat a 10 is the first round. And this is just to see who is able to understand where they're going faster. So, if you two are ready, go ahead and roll yours with your enhanced ability.
So advantage.
19.
14. Dang.
Okay.
I
and
suck.
These people will roll. 14, 16, 9, 6, 4,
I'm the-
18, 15.
I
and
win,
13.
losers.
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah, I'm sucking at this right now.
So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. It's going to be the third person. Okay. I am going to do 5 now because all of you are just really blowing out of the water. This is who can get above 15. If you can get above 15, you're doing great. So go ahead and make your rolls.
21.
Oh, nope, we're not doing great. I'm going down
Dang.
now.
You know, I
Oh,
started
oops.
off slow.
What did it do there? Oh no,
Oh
I
my
heard a
God.
voting
I
sound.
started off slow, but I got him in the second half.
Mhm.
All right. So 2 others. And you were 13.
Oh, net one.
All right. So I'm gonna
And that
do
one's probably just in the direct center of the maze, spinning around in circles.
1, 2, 3. All right. So both Elise and the first guy on my rolls, they are going to have to roll incredibly well if you want to catch up. As
What
Garber,
about the last guy on your roll as well? The 6?
I'm not worried about it. It's 12, 16, and 17 for mine.
Okay.
And let's see. I was keeping track of who, so he's gone. Oh, surprisingly, he did really well. Okay. So, now it's going to be whoever can get close to 20. Now, for Garbu, you're in the lead.
Oh,
So,
If
if
I'm
you
probably
roll,
going to roll low this time, and I just want to say if I roll low, it's because Garbu probably smelled some sort of trash that was left in the maze and is trying to eat it.
if you roll under 15, right, you're not going to succeed. If my first die, if it's really high, if it's also close to 20, it will be a tie with whoever. The other two, they're going to be heavily in it as well. So if they roll under 15 as well. So pretty much my first die, and at least you got to roll really well. So go ahead and make that final one for me.
I bet it's slow.
21.
8 and 22, actually. Oh,
dude, that's really low.
yeah, the 3 die did not have a good time.
So,
This is just Garbu and Elise at this point.
okay. Well, going off of this as the final one, at least as both Garbu and Elise, as y'all are kind of took opposite ways, but you come across the one intersection that leads straight out. You can see the light from the other side, and as you kind of cut the corner, Garbu is just like kind of bouncing off the walls, just going straight ahead, and you just right up behind him, and unfortunately, he makes it before you.
I don't care. I whip him. No, just kidding.
You hear, how would a kobold moan?
No, I don't whip you. Hell no.
How would a
You know
kobold-
what I can. You know what I can do. I have a.
If you have a way
This
to
is fun.
stop me from running,
I have a way to stop. I have a
You
way
can
to stop
do
you
it.
from running. I have an earring of message, and I'm like, Elise's just gonna like tap the earring on the ear, and she's like, "You're kobold, right?"
huh? Just
And-
like stop, full pan, like I'm right by the entrance. Just stop and turn around, like what?
yeah, I like.
I
I
just
just
hear
walk.
someone talking inside my skull. I don't
Yeah.
think I've ever heard that before.
Okay, I'll let it be then.
I can roll if you'd prefer, but I think that would be pretty.
If you
guard.
think that is off guard enough just for your character alone, or we can make a roll.
I think it would make my character hesitate enough that a 1 point.
Yeah, like
Fine,
she's
could
right
be.
behind you with a 21
Yeah.
and 22. It's like a foot difference.
Terrence is probably watching me like run full speed, and then I just what?
I think that's good. That the crowd that's like kind of cheering as you guys are coming out, and just out of nowhere, this strange hesitation of just like Garber looking to one side as Elise just books it on the other, and Elise, you did it. You
Elise
gain
just winks at the kobold.
you gain your 25 gold pieces of a reward and a medal of the maze.
Okay.
I just kind of walk out of the maze slowly, just like scratching my head, like, but there.
So
My head?
you gain advantage on wisdom checks and know the quickest route to the end of any non-magical path or maze for 1 hour.
Okay.
That's really good.
Yeah.
So, as we continue on the 5th day,
Before we go to that, if I'm finishing the bag today, I want to take all Braden's crap and put it in my bag so he doesn't look like an overloaded little.
My
Toad.
150 pounds of
Yes.
extra stuff, including a tent,
okay,
just
then
strapped to my back.
Yes. we
so
will just-
you should have access to that. So go ahead and move your stuff over.
Do I just drag and drop it?
Yes. I don't know if it will work from your sheet to that sheet, but you might have to go to the item compendium and do stuff like that. Now,
Well, no, it does. I can just drag things over directly from my sheet to there.
cool. So
Or
I-
this is what
I-
stayed in my inventory.
just in case, if there is any major items that you're putting in there besides some basic stuff, make sure you maybe put on who owns it, just so that we know who it belongs to.
Garbu doesn't care too much about
I'm just
that.
generally. So, anyways, as we are now on day 5, the 3 dragons are now making a walkthrough with a couple of the guards in their human forms. Aeth, roll a d4 for me.
I now weigh a total of 110 pounds instead of weighing over 200 pounds.
You have a dice at the bottom.
I need to collect. I need to go buy more random shit, especially since I got my money now.
I got a
Sir.
3.
Cool. You are walking with. Where am I looking at?
Daniel.
You are walking
Daniel the
with
dragon.
Dave.
the yellow dragon from Dry Ridge, whose name is Hansu.
Kansu?
Bonsu or Hansu?
Honsu.
Oh, Hansu.
Hansu. I think Hansu.
Hansu.
I'm like, oh. Hansu.
The male yellow dragon. As it's not just you, it's like a guard or two, and there's it seems it's not only with the heat, as today is just clear skies, the sun is out. It seems possibly people's their temperatures might rise and start a little bit more arguments than probably what's necessary. Everybody is aware that when you see, especially here at the festival, but when you see and can tell of one of those dragons, that even in their human form, people stop immediately. So it's just a deterrence, if you will, as you all are walking around, just keeping an eye on everything.
Do I see Azul there? The Prover dragon?
No. No,
Okay.
you do not. So for the 5th day, it is another competition.
Day?
For the 5th day, it's about halfway through. This is probably when Garbu finally realizes I should probably get a souvenir for my parents.
Okay.
Do I find any sort of souvenir shops?
I mean, there's
I decided he was probably going to remember the fact that they exist and he should get a souvenir for them about halfway through.
So. If you're looking for stuff that's not magical, yeah, totally. If you're trying to find stuff that's magical in any sort of way, you would have to tell me maybe specific of what you might be looking for. I'm just the reason I have 6 different lists. Right, and they all name different things.
Go through all 6 lists.
No, I am not. I would say this: there is really magical items that are being sold here that are like, we're talking about that, like the lowest could be 30 gold all the way up to like something high. There's very
I don't
small
think
things.
Garbu's pragmatic. I don't think he would look for something that has like any sort of utility. I think he would look for something he considers fun, and he would think that would be a good gift for his parents. What is something that someone with like, what is something a slightly more mature than 9-year old would find fun?
A whip.
Could be magical.
Uh,
I mean, I am sexually mature for a kobold.
Let me just take a glance through.
yeah,
Mm,
I might do some souvenir shopping too
What
for
about
his.
like one of those blacksmith puzzles?
like the ones that are. I might try and eat that though.
Um,
But to be fair,
because
that is a great idea.
because of kind of like your backstory, Garber, there is a cracked heart missing most of its strings. Just
Cracked heart missing most of its string.
just letting you know.
Is that magical or non-magical?
You don't know.
Ooh,
Hmm.
nerd.
Is it like
Uh,
big harp or little harp?
There is
I know what that is.
um
Does it just look like a bow with a lot of strings to
no.
me?
There is a clock, except it's like counting backwards.
That's really cool.
Garbu wants the clock for himself. I will say that.
Let him
Okay.
go buy it, lol.
Yeah, it's just
Garbu has seen a clock that was handheld, a personal clock device, and took interest in that.
yeah. This
And
is
so
it is an
seeing this other
a
clock,
it's just an ordinate clock, but it's counting
I have
backwards.
no idea it's ticking backwards. I'm
Or
tick, and I'll look at
count.
Clarence and be like, "This one moves."
Listen, it's counting backwards or counting down. You know, something like that.
This one moves.
Are you getting
I
that?
want it. How much for this?
Oh, that piece of junk. Hell, 5 copper.
Okay, 5 copper. I
That's a
take
good deal.
counting backwards clock, and I like try and like cram it into my bedroll on my back, and then realize I no longer have the bedroll on my back, and I look over at Clarence,
And I just hold the bag open to him.
just kind of hold it out.
Just hold it. Look at him. It's okay.
It
Just,
moves.
Oh,
it
moves.
Yep. throw it in.
I'll put it in. The
Clarence, are you walking with Garbu?
I would have been with Garbu. Yeah, probably.
You do come across another bag of holding.
So I look at Garbu and I go, "How much gold do you have?"
After the clock.
Yeah, after you spent 5 silver on it or 5 copper.
That's the question he asked.
Yes, after the clock, buddy.
24.
Okay. Do you see that bag over there?
Uh-huh.
It's like my bag, but
Uh-huh.
it's not mine. So you might be able to go over and see if how much it is. It's not
Uh-huh.
really close. I don't.
Can I have that bag for 24 gold? I just walk into the stall and start pointing at it.
Okay. 24 gold? And he kind of like flips through. Make it 60.
I got 24 now in hand.
Cool. Come back when you have the rest.
That's a no.
Do you
buddy.
have like the difference?
Me?
Yeah.
No.
It's Garbu asking. Garbu wouldn't know that that's 36 gold.
Hey, I have 5 gold, right? So
What about 29 gold? I turn back to the shopkeeper.
Does that sound like 60 to you? No?
Sounds closer.
He goes back talking to somebody that's at the table.
Can I barter with him and I'll be like, listen, bud, look, he really wants a bag like my bag, and I show him my bag of holding, and I go, we don't have a lot of cash. What's the lowest you could possibly do?
Make a persuasion check.
Oh God.
This is probably better
58
than what it
gold.
would be for me.
Oh, I hit the wrong button. Okay.
I have a -1.
So persuade. Oh God.
Persuade for me.
What do you
Then I
persuade?
want
I
you
hope
to-
it's a net one.
I clicked it. Oh, it says game paused.
It doesn't matter. You should be able to still roll.
I clicked it. Oh. Clicked it
Try
again.
refreshing the screen, maybe.
I'll do that.
Because I have the game paused this entire time, and everybody else
Oh, no
has been
way.
able to.
All right, let's try it again. I gotta get my thing out.
I can roll it for you if I. There you go.
All right, there we go.
11.
Yeah.
That's not bad.
Look, little kid.
I'm not. I'm short. I'm not young.
I'm
Okay.
also an adult.
60 means 60. Okay.
I mean,
What,
that's cool. We'll be back. We might have it. We
what
might
about
not.
60 plus a magical lock that can't be picked? Or I meant the 29 plus a magical lock that can't be picked.
The hell am I going to do with a magical lock?
Lock up your shop.
I have other
Open
things
it.
for that,
Yeah.
and no, that is not worth that bag.
I thought it was worth a try.
How about we just come back? There might be some more opportunities to do some of these competitions and win some more gold back, buddy.
I think that one lady talked in my head.
Would I have any clue what he's talking about?
If you were watching the competition, right?
Make an intelligence check.
I can do that.
Uh,
22.
you think he might be referring to back at that competition, but it wasn't like you had a clear sight on him. All you kind of like remembers like right when he's at the end, you kind of just like looked around. It could have also been the fact of like you know how runners do, they always look back to see how far the person is that's like right behind them. So
Was that when you were in one of your competitions?
Yeah, if
But-
I'd have won that, we'd have had enough gold, right?
Which competition? The maze one?
Yeah.
Who? Oh, you mean the?
The one
person
with the
that ended
green
up winning.
hair. Yeah.
Oh,
she
so
was
there's-
right behind me.
Yeah,
And then I
there's.
think I heard a
Yeah.
voice in my head. It might have been her.
So you do magic, right?
Yeah.
So like other people can do magic too, and
Yeah,
sometimes.
but I can't do that.
Well, you might later on. Who knows? You learn, you become better, things change. Maybe you'll get that spell. You know what? You could probably go ask them what the name of the spell is, and they might tell you.
Got it. From now
Alright.
on, I'm gonna be looking for a person with green hair.
okay.
Probably all that my kobold remembered.
And we're just gonna leave because we don't have to go.
That
Fox.
seemed kind of like about some of the stuff in one area. So, in this competition, it is a constitution competition, as it is a pie eating competition.
All right, I'm joining this.
It does sound tempting.
I'm joining. It doesn't
Wait,
matter.
I
Pies
need to
don't
look at
taste
something.
great. I will cast enhance abilities on Clarence. For Constitution.
That's so. Well, I don't know what that does. What's that do?
You have
get
advantage
advantage.
on all Constitution checks.
Oh, and I have a positive modifier. I'm so excited.
I'm not gonna join because I don't think I like the taste of pie too much.
Like everything.
I do, but like, I'd rather eat this and just holds up a random shoe that I found at some point.
Okay, well that's more pie for me.
Anybody else?
I will eat some
Um,
if it falls on the ground. Maybe.
Hey, you are unfortunately not able to partake in this.
That's
Does
fine.
that have to do with him with the dragon?
I don't like pie anyway. I don't like pie anyway.
So at least you're the last. No. Okay. Simple enough. I'm rolling 9d20. You are just making a Constitution check. So it's going to go con check, con saving throw to see if you can hold down the pies, and depending on how that goes, we'll either do one more con check or not. So the first one we're going to go by 5. So you just gotta beat a 5.
Oh no!
Out first round. Out first round. He tried. He's out first
First
round.
round.
I have an advantage. Oh
Out
my
first round.
God.
Good
You-
Or
night.
at least he's running behind.
Uh,
He's falling behind.
I
you
will.
now.
I will say this. So there's 4 people clearly in the lead, and
yeah.
then there's 5,
You're,
6,
You're
7.
enjoying the pie.
Too much.
So
You're taking too long.
I'll let you try to make one more con check. Everybody else has to pass a 10. You gotta pass because you failed by 1. You gotta pass a 12.
Okay.
Gotta pass by 2.
No!
You know
No.
that-
Same exact
you know
rules.
that
The-
thing? You know that thing? Am I there?
Same roll.
Am I there? I
Waste
don't-
my spell. I should have joined this competition.
Yeah, there's while some others are starting to drop
Natural
out.
20
You,
over here is winning.
yeah,
Is it
you.
Buff Elf again?
No, he's not. He's
he
watching.
carb
He has to watch his figure. He can't do stuff like that.
Am I sitting by him in the crowd?
No, he's not there. He's not going to
Oh.
attempt watching people eat pie.
Oh,
So,
it's like a popularity contest.
so unfortunately, Clarence, you are out 5 gold.
Yep.
As you lost the competition for the exact
What
same
was
rules.
I last time?
Yep. Yep. With advantage. Yep.
Yeah,
That's just-
Yeah, that was.
Hey,
With
look.
advantage, at least you
That
didn't
day.
get the
If
natural
I
20.
ask for a natural 20, somebody rolls it. If you're just not feeling pie, you're just gonna roll the same stuff.
Wow.
He wasn't
that
feeling
is-
it.
That's insane.
Yeah.
Okay.
You know what they say? Sucks to suck.
I'm like the anti-Cole right now.
And like,
So
I'll
Never
pat
heard that
Clarence
one
on the
before.
shoulder and say something like, "It's okay if they have something about building, you can do it."
Yeah, that's I'm really. You know what, buddy?
Or-
Can we just?
Or reading, maybe. I think you read.
I
I
severely
don't really.
overestimated how good I was going to do at pie eating. So
Yeah.
I'd like to just sit here and like contemplate for a minute.
I kind of looked at my size. I'm real small. One pie is like the size of my whole stomach.
Yeah, I'm little too, but I
Yeah.
didn't. Yeah, I mean,
But I'm like half of you.
you know what? It's because I had a big breakfast.
Oh
know?
yeah, that makes sense.
Yeah, big. Totally. That's it.
so we will roll into day 6.
more shopping.
More
Yeah,
shopping.
can I do some shopping too?
I'm-
I need to. I need to do some shopping too.
All right. Can you give me an idea of what you're looking for, so I can try to be a little bit specific?
I need to get a
It-
souvenir for
it-
my.
It takes me a moment to look
My-
through things.
I need to get a souvenir for my friend, who's been / doctor.
Okay.
What? When's the
Let's
only
see.
time
Good buddy.
you did that?
Let me
The
look
person who
at
gave him his attachable dildo.
this real quick just to see.
I ruined it.
No.
Little bit.
No. It'd be funny once you find out who it is. That's all I'm gonna say.
It's Magdor reincarnated. As Tay. It's Magdor in Tay's body.
Oh god.
Double unlucky. Like it's gonna disintegrate on the first
Double.
look.
While I am looking for this, just to look through, this next competition is a um. This is more of a dex competition. If anybody wanted to partake, this is where a lot of water that people has made and gathered into this obstacle course to make a very difficult,
American Ninja Warrior.
kinda, yeah, a very difficult terrain situation, and it's just an obstacle course trying to go through. So it would be a dexterity race with disadvantage.
Terrence, you got that?
Buddy, I only had 5 gold. Cost
I
5 gold
can
to eat
give you
pies.
5.
Huh?
I can give you 5.
That's okay. You know what? I don't think that's a good idea. So
Okay.
I no. Clarence is very dejected that he was the worst one there.
Well, no, there was one guy who natural won both times.
I did natural
Yeah.
one too, technically.
No,
but...
yeah, but you had advantage, so it was the 4s.
Did I
You
though?
weren't the worst. You
Did-
weren't
did I, though?
vomiting. You weren't vomiting, but you were just
Okay,
like,
true.
oh, this is some dense pie. Oh,
You took
can't
like
really get
a
through it.
like a minute break. You ate like 2 bites, and you're like, "Oh, that's
So I
some
didn't have
good
to use
around.
pie."
rations for that day.
Yeah,
Yeah.
probably not for a couple days.
So, is anybody partaking in this one?
No, what was shopping? Hello? I got money to burn.
Okay, what are you trying to look for? As I'm scouring.
I mean, now
through-
now it's like the thing is like when lure the players want something specific, but then it's like with my character, no, that specific thing exists. I don't know. I'm looking for something that cleans on its own.
Yeah, I knew it. I
like
knew it.
I denied myself last campaign. Not this time.
Wow. Wow.
You know what I'm looking for.
I know exactly what you're looking for. I would also happen to have that website pulled up too. Go ahead and roll me a d20. And you know what? I do it with advantage.
I'll also guide myself. I'm looking for something. Guidance. What are you gonna give me guidance today? 1. That's a 1. That's fine. And what am I looking for? What am I rolling?
Just
Just
a
D20s or-
d20 with advantage.
Ah, fuck. Water everywhere. Anyway. Let's see. Advantage.
Cole,
D-
through the stuff I have already kind of prepared, there isn't really anything interesting.
Like a knickknack. Like my friend was in the Golden Summit, and all he got me was this lousy mug or a shirt. Or
Yeah,
something.
that I would say that's easier said than done. Like 2 copper pieces. I'd say that's easier
Alright.
said than done. All right.
18.
18. 18. Is that the plus one as well?
Yeah, that's the plus the 1 as well.
Again, the shirt and the.
I
and
would
the
say you had to go into this one area that is definitely selling like not like high tier magic items, if you will. These are low end stuff, but there's a tons of good stuff all around. And you're being specific. You're already out to look for something, and I will find it, but I will say yes.
What was it called again? It was like a little cleaning elemental, I think.
Yeah, it was it is a small, kind of like gelatinous cube, but it cleans whatever it's in, and it's really small, like the size of a teacup. So
She looks at it, she just stares at it.
just throw a gold in it. Why not?
Hell yeah. Sure.
Um,
Hell yeah.
Sure, he's gonna love this T-shirt I got her.
is
She at least walk out with like a little cleaning elemental.
now you do have like a capsule for it, if you will, so that
Sure.
it doesn't like escape. Is anybody else looking for anything
You're
specific?
holding this creature against its will. I still didn't get a souvenir for my parents. This clock is for myself, so I'm gonna go look in like a store similar to what Eighth was looking in, and also try to keep an eye out for elves with green hair
The sex
while
shop?
doing that. No, that was the one Elise went in.
Okay, so yeah, if you want to get
Gold
a very basic souvenir, that's fine. Throw down 2 copper.
I gotta get 2 of them, so I'll throw down 4 copper.
Yeah. Go ahead and make a perception check.
21.
There's a couple of people with green hair, but you know it's not the right color. And so you keep looking, and you saw her for a second, but then she was kind of gone, and you know she was in the area. Do you continue like searching for her?
Yes, I want to know what this spell was.
Okay. After kind of like 5 or 10 minutes, you see as she comes out of this shop holding like in her hands just a small bottle of sorts. But you do see her.
Hi! I'm like jumping, trying to get attention.
As Elise, you do see this kobold who's uh in a very weird one
Very
could almost take as like, is he trying to attack me as he approaches, like acting crazy?
I look at him. I look down. Hello, what?
I have a question.
Mm,
What was that thing? You like spoke
What
in
thing?
my head. What was that?
you mean when I... Oh, that. And she just taps her ear.
Garby, make
Yeah,
a
I heard you.
make a history check.
That's somehow good number, 18.
That looks like something that you have, but it's not broken.
Ooh. What is it?
That I can talk to people?
You can use it to talk.
Mm.
Can I see it?
You can look at it. And she like sort of she leans over a little bit so you can get a better look because she's like 6 foot tall. She's quite a lot higher than you.
You
She
s-
leans over a bit so you can
you
look at
s-
it.
you see
You're
the
like this, I'm like this.
you see
Mm.
the same kind of like this bluish glowing rock. That's not like shedding bright light or anything like that, just extremely faint. But the coil of wire that is holding it and wrapped around it, and then it as it funnels upwards, going into like a fit to put into an ear.
I use this and you can talk to people in their heads. That's how this works.
I mean, yeah, if it works. If you have a functioning one, I mean, what do you also have one?
DM, I'm a bit confused. That wasn't the item I had picked. I had picked the lock. I don't have a.
Oh, I thought you chose that.
No, it was a debate between that or the lock.
Ah.
And I went with the lock.
I didn't
Aw.
remember.
Yeah.
Then maybe you recognize it, but you know, you passed
I think I've
passed by it.
broken one of those before. I didn't
Mm.
know what it did.
I forgot.
Well,
My bad.
you can talk to people with it.
Wait, what's it? Is it like magic?
Close enough.
Can I have it for 4 gold?
No, I think I'll pass.
5 gold?
No. It's like I don't really need the
6
money, I'm just
gold?
here.
Oh,
Thanks for offering though, but maybe one day you'll find your own. I mean, you can look for around these people, see if they have it.
ooh, that's a good idea. Parents, we gotta find one. And I'll walk back over to a goblin.
One?
Yeah, the
I
thing.
I just shake my head and I go shopping again.
The ear thing.
Did you ask him what the spell it was?
No.
No.
Dang it.
Lisa's
what
like
did he
going to the
say?
crowd again.
said you can use it to talk to people.
Oh,
It's
okay,
the
so it's a magic
earring.
item.
Yeah, it's
Yeah.
the earring. We gotta find the earring.
Did you get the name of the item? is the
Pretty
green
gone.
haired person he was talking to still there, or did you leave?
She
Me.
said she was walking
Yeah,
away.
did
as
you
soon as
leave?
possible.
Yeah, I left. I went back to the crowd again.
Well, I don't know where the guy went. If you see him again, we'll ask him the name of the item, and then we can look for it then. Or you can just start asking random people, "Hey, what's the item that lets you talk to people's heads?" I don't
Sounds
think they're
fun.
gonna go for that.
Is there a shop nearby?
There's tons of shops.
Dang it!
I run into the closest shop.
I follow him.
Probably the one Elise just walked out of.
Yes, it is a shop that has like, again, some magic items, but not as, not as costly, but still some stuff.
Do you have the earstone that lets you talk into people's heads?
I'm sorry, little one. I do not hold that currently in my inventory.
Would I know
know
the
who
name of the
does?
item?
Um,
Considering I make magical items.
I will say you've. Yeah, why not?
Okay. Or
It
do you
is-
want me to like roll for it or something?
No,
I
no,
don't-
no, no. You,
Okay.
you. It is an earring of messaging.
A garbu. It's if it's what I'm thinking it is, it's an earring of messaging.
Earring of mess. Do you know who might have an earring of messaging? I turn back to the counter guy.
Sorry, I do not. I am only aware of what I currently have.
What about other shops with specifically magical items?
That, I mean, there is all sorts. As he throws his hand out, kind of out slightly to the door, and there's all sorts of shops that contain magical items, from the extreme to the very mundane. It's kind of part of the adventure to go and look and see what everybody's offering.
Okay. Garbu, let's go on a little adventure, like the gentleman said.
Sounds fun. Maybe if we see the lady again, we can ask her where she got hers.
Okay, I'm not purely convinced that there's a lady at all because I didn't see her, but I believe you. Okay, we'll just go look for our own right now. If we see her, you feel free to go up and talk to her. Okay.
Okay.
All right.
All right. So,
Probably now
I,
actively.
I have another. I have another thing I want to look for. I started browsing on the site, and
Oh,
now I'm
God,
like,
okay.
now I'm. I
Alright.
want to go find this thing. This
What?
thing is what I want to go find. The tea thing.
That one, unfortunately, you will not find.
God damn it. I
Not
want
here,
it.
at least.
I'll keep an eye out for it.
Will do.
I need my tea elemental.
So we are still on day 6. Was anybody doing this particular competition or no?
Which one was this?
It is a dexterity disadvantage, trying to do an obstacle course.
No, I don't.
I mean, unless I start cheating on it, I could try. Nah. Not in the mood to cheat.
Okay.
Or should I cheat?
Probably would have joined it, but I do not have money.
What are your good stats? I would know this, right?
+2 dex, +3 intelligence.
+2 to dex and +2.
Well, technically it's +5. Anyway, yeah.
I would probably attempt to get Clarence into the competition.
Oh my god.
I think you just really need to win.
I
Come on,
yeah.
I'll
I mean,
pay for it. I'll pay for
no,
it. Then
it's
if you do it, then we might have enough gold for that bag of holding. Like
I'm not super confident right now, man. I'm just
But I
gonna be
could-
honest.
that you need the confidence boost. I can instead of enhancing your abilities, maybe I can bless you instead, so that each of your actions, right, blesses every action, or is it just attacks?
It's attack rolls and
Attack.
saving
Just
throws,
attack
I
roll.
think.
No, then I'll have to stick to enhancing. Instead, I'll just enhance your abilities again, and you'll do better. You'll do
You know
better
what?
this time.
You want the bag, right?
Yeah.
We'll go for the bag. Okay.
Okay.
We'll do it for the bag, and then I'll join the competition.
You've got this.
All right, 5 gold. So, again, this is a obstacle course of difficult terrain. So, you would be at a
Is this just gonna be clear? What's the word for that when you just have like a bunch of clips in succession?
Wait.
A
A
highlight reel.
compilation?
uh,
Is this just gonna be a
Montage?
compilation of Clarence failing competition after
Probably.
competition?
we'll see how this one goes. So,
I'm literally the only one in the group that hasn't won.
I know.
all right. So, I'm gonna roll 90-20, but they're flat rolls as
You have
it's regardless.
advantage with a +2.
So, because it's disadvantage, you now roll a straight roll +2.
Oh dang it!
Checks or
Go for
saving
it.
throws.
It is
Okay.
just a dexterity check.
Okay.
So go ahead and roll yours.
God,
Same number. It's the same number.
Everybody rolled extremely higher than you. You are
Wow.
Deep shit.
in like
I think the shit.
The next lowest
I-
one is
if-
W.
if you do not roll anything higher than a 15, there is no way.
You got this. You got this. Come on, just roll
You
natural
got this.
20.
Clarence is just like having PTSD flashbacks of the pie eating contest during the race.
I'm going to go ahead and roll your dex again. We'll see what this.
Oh no.
Oh my god. Hey, the
Oh,
second
no.
number is a 15.
I mean, he rolled straight, right? So,
Yeah.
Yeah. So it's
He
It-
still beat 4 of the other competitors.
yeah, but
I
they
think
were
they're
With
still
one of
ahead
them
of
way
on at 20 last
they
time.
were way
Ahead of-
ahead, and so
Okay.
I'm gonna say like I'm gonna need a natural 20. This is the last
Come on,
one.
you got this.
You
Cole.
Nope.
Pull a Cole.
you have
Anti-Cole.
you're
Only.
gonna have to pull a natural 20 as everybody is still doing incredibly well, and like
I'm gonna blow on my mouse before I click.
Got
Didn't
this.
work. Didn't work. Didn't
Ooh.
work. Didn't work. Didn't work at all. I
oh everybody turned
This
it to
guy's
high.
this guy's fucking wrecking you.
Yeah.
So
I'm glad
Oh
I'm glad
my
I didn't
God,
join this
there's
one.
3
I'm glad I
natural
didn't join this
20s.
one.
oh my gosh.
I'm glad I didn't join this
Is
one.
it a 3-way tie at the end?
Out of curiosity to see
Nope.
their 17 and 11, his is he did really well,
I think-
but did very crappy there. Nah,
We had
there's
19.
no
The guy at number 4.
yeah, number 4 won it because he had 19, 19, 20.
Okay.
He
Yeah, you-
he it was the kid Triton that was doing really well at first in the swimming competition, but in this one he's just like over every obstacle going left and right.
Got his comeback.
I wanted to fake him out, like I'm making the kid think I was gonna do the obstacle course, but I'm not.
You faked one of the both kids are like they're friends, so they've been doing a lot of things that they think they could together, and the one kid's like, no, I think this is pushing it. So
It's okay, Clarence. If there's an intelligence one, you can win that one.
so
I won't keep pushing on anything else, but I'm certain if there's one that's based on you being smart, you got it.
we are going to go
I'm just-
into
out of it.
day 27. So
J27.
yeah,
You'll get one. You'll get one eventually.
this is the final basic tournament that is being held. And by the way, I forgot to say that these tournaments, all of them together, are called Halls of Sinka. Sorry, forgot that. It just came to me now at the very end of it. So, is anybody doing
Shopping, you say?
any particular shopping?
God
'Cause
damn it.
after this, we can talk afterwards because there's a lot. But for right now, is there any particular shopping?
Looking for earring.
Go ahead and make a investigation check.
Should ask Clarence to look for me. 14.
Uh, you come across somebody that says they usually do, but it's not a part of their inventory for this year. He's sorry that they were needing more of the stone materials and their shipment was late, so he could not have added it to his inventory for this year's festival.
Can I look
thank
too?
you.
Do what?
Can I look as well for it?
To be fair with you, that's the best you're getting.
Okay.
There,
Thank
there is no in my inventory that I've selected for this.
Okay.
So,
Thank you, I guess. If you have one next year, maybe.
hopefully by then we'll have our shipment done. We have to get some materials kind of from the other side of the continent where we are, and it takes a little bit to get them. You definitely have to go way deep into the the haunted peaks to try to get this type of stone that we need. And
Is the stone haunted?
no, it's just there's parts of stone or ore, if you will, that are more acceptable to hold magic for an extended period of time.
Is
You
it
know
'cause
what?
it's haunted?
You know what, Garbu? If we can get the materials ourselves, I can show you how to make one.
Would that be fun?
Yeah. Might take us a little time, but this is what I'd love to do, and I know you'd like to learn, so I'd be happy to show you.
We'll make one instead.
Okay. So, anybody else? Particular shopping?
Should I be a bitch? Is this character a bitch? I don't know. Maybe a little bit because she cheated in the competition twice. Not once, but twice.
Not once, but twice.
Yeah, twice in the same competition she cheated. So, you know. She likes kinky stuff. Like, I'm trying to figure out who she is, right? And she likes random shit.
Oh,
She
I
likes
thought you
random
were
shit.
saying you were going back to the sex shop.
I mean, maybe. Who knows? I mean, I also need like a place to stash my shit in, right? So that's why I said I'm a bitch. Gonna be a bitch about it. But then again, you guys will never be able to buy it, so maybe it's a good thing that I go buy it. I'll go look for a bag to put my shit in, specific kind of bag to put my shit in.
Okay. So, you're going to look for that bag of holding.
Yeah, boy.
If you can be,
I mean, I've been like shopping like every day. It's all I've been doing.
make a.
I've got so much shit already.
I'm going off of your,
Oops.
going a little bit off of your backstory and thinking. Go ahead and make an insight for me.
Sure. Inside. Well, an 8 and a 25, but it's an 8.
Okay. You do find the bag of holding though.
Hmm.
Well, you get.
I look at this. I'm looking at the shopkeep, and I'm just gonna look at him, and I look at the bag, and I look at the other stuff around it. And as she does that, she like sort of like runs her hand across the whip, and she looks at him. So how much does this this bag here cost?
Looking at you, and he's charge you 80 gold for it.
She looks back at him. I mean, that seems excessive. I've been shopping all these days, and it seems like a bit overpriced.
I have a couple people who seem to be interested in it.
Okay, but can they even afford it considering it's still here?
Well, can you afford it?
I mean, I won a competition. I mean, like, money is not really an issue. It's just that I want it for a fair price.
I will say I was already wearing the medal when I came into shop, so he would know the other person was also a competition winner.
Go ahead and make a persuasion check.
Persuasion check.
Yeah.
Sure. 5.
Look, this is fair. Alright, it's my last inventory for the bag. So it's either 80 or nothing.
Well, guess nothing then, Yordos.
Alright.
I do have this really interesting whip if you want to give it a try.
I think I'm okay.
I mean, it's really fun. Anyway, see you around. I'm gonna go to the orc lady instead. Half orc lady.
There you go.
um,
Friendship.
she doesn't have any more special ornate besides the whip, but
Yeah, I know. And she just goes there to have a chat.
she's actually a very nice, loving person to talk to, and
Yeah, exactly.
she actually has a little bit of, I guess you could say, gossip on a couple of the people around. Like, she kind of knows some things. Go ahead and why don't you go ahead and make one more persuasion check?
Sure.
Gonna
16.
give you the extra special items.
Double 16.
She tells you, you probably mentioned to her that the one that you went to, and she's, oh yeah, that, look, between you and me, he's a fucking ripoff. A lot of the stuff there sometimes are not even worth it.
Is that right?
That's from what I hear. A lot of the stuff is made to trick people, if you will. He's a very slime ball. Not a lot of the other merchants really care for people like him, but you come across, a couple of those.
Man, why are people so boring? I mean, like, this whip is really cool. I haven't gotten a chance to try it out yet, but it seems really fun.
She looks at you, her eye kind of twinkles. She's like, you want to try it out?
Sure.
Alright, the rest of you get the fuck out.
Wow.
Wow.
And there's like some people that kind of stop, and there's some that just don't even question. They just walk out, and she looks at you. Are you buying it? Might be interested. You can stay. She just looks back at you, and she's just like, she kind of goes around the counter, like, removes like one of her coats, and is just like, have at it.
At least just looks at the other person, and there's like,
He's kind of like blushing. He's just, I think I'll be back. He just walks, and there's another one that's like in there, and he's just like, I'm gonna get 2 things from this place.
see, I'm doing you a favor. As she takes up the whip, she's like, I mean, why not, right? I give it a good flick.
Not
Give her a
only
fedora and-
not only does she give you, not only does it, you could either take it as an acting, as she's probably done something like this for a while, or this also seems to give her pleasure, and so she's just also going with it. But you do, the whip does give you a moaning sound in a orcish language.
Nice. As like Elise is actually surprised, she's like, "Oh, wow, this thing's fun." Seemed like you enjoyed it as well. Maybe we'll hang out some other time. It's like, where do you normally have your shop?
Oh, I'm a little bit in the Elicite city. So, I've been managed
Up
to
in the north, that
northeast.
north. Is it?
Oh, Alice said that.
Yes.
Like there.
It is east.
I had my directions backwards. It is east.
I've been managed to procure a, I guess you could say a caravan to keep getting me out here when it comes to the festival. I haven't had too much issues with anything. People tend to like my items as they're different from everybody else's, but that is where I usually hail from.
Oh, Ashley says as well. How rude of me to not give you my name, and how rude of me to not ask your name. My name is Elise.
Oh, well, a pleasure to meet you, Elise. My name is. Give me like 5 seconds.
Half orc
He
name
had to go to
generator.
He had to go to an orc woman named.
I'm going to use this because of what it is. Um, my name is Beto.
How do you spell that?
Just like the way I'm going to sound about you want to bet 'em at night.
Okay,
Wow.
BEDUM. But
Oh, I was thinking
nice.
but people call me Smoke.
Oh, nice. I mean, when I'm around, I'll definitely drop in.
Well, I look forward to seeing you, Miss Elise, and maybe I'll find something a little bit more your style as well if you want to find anything more different.
I'll keep it in mind for sure.
True.
And as she like
He's
walks
also
out of
known
the
as
place, she
Morning
just like gives like looks back at her and just gives her a wink as she leaves the place.
Oh, she's happy. The guy that was in there was just like, so I don't know what that was, but I need 3 of them.
I need 3 of them.
And she's just like, right this way,
You might
sweetie.
be on the receiving end of all 3.
Hey, he
Wow.
does not care. So, anybody else?
You don't know what he's into, Cole. Why are you judging this random guy who's shopping?
Anybody else doing anything
He
specific
only
shopping?
has 2 hands.
He could be on the receiving end. Maybe he has 3 partners, Cole. You don't know.
That's
Something to think about. So, anyways, anybody else?
Who are you to judge his view on life?
I'm broke, so I can't.
Okay. Well, if you're trying to save for something really magical, we can talk later because again, there's a lot of stuff. So the final contest is a okay. This competition is a puzzle game, so it is a indeed intelligence-based competition.
Terrence, I know last time I talked you into one of these, it didn't go well. But listen, this is up your alley. You gotta try it. I'll put down the money.
No,
Like
it's
you're
okay.
basically guaranteed the win here.
No, it's
Listen,
not.
I'll do everything I can to help
Look,
you.
bud. I know. Look. I need you to understand something here, okay?
Uh-huh.
I don't want to lose. I would
Yeah,
rather.
but you'll win
No,
this
no, no.
one. You're
Yeah, I know,
good at
I
it.
know. But I would rather not do it than lose.
But we need the money for the bag of holding.
We said that last time and how to go.
I thought it went okay. You
I'm
didn't vomit.
I'm hard knowing. If he wants to do it, he has to do it himself behind my back.
I don't think Garbu's the sort of person who would do it behind your back.
All right then. Anybody else?
Could I do it? I'll try it.
Make
If I'm allowed to.
a. Do you want to try to sneak into it?
You're probably on shift.
I'll ask my partner.
You're really into these competition things, aren't you?
They're kind of fun. I'm not gonna lie.
All right.
You do great if you
he's-
just do it.
He kind of looks back and he sees Hansu the dragon with the other 3 guards, and they're like a little bit back, and he's like, I could tell him you really had to go, but you're gonna have to make it quick. You gotta finish this fast.
Yes, of course.
All right.
I owe you one.
So 5 gold. And anybody else?
No. last
Yeah,
night.
I'll do it.
Okay. 5 gold.
I'll put down the
Garbo.
5 gold.
Okay, yeah, thank you.
Here you go.
And Elise, will
I
you?
still have more gold than I came here with.
Thanks for rubbing it in.
Elise. Okay. So I'm rolling 8d20.
I cast enhance abilities, by the way, before we got there.
Okay.
for intelligence.
This is a set of puzzles. So the idea is you're going to have to beat a 15 each time. And if you pass, like, it's kind of like the first one who passes. That is the whole idea. If multiple people pass, then we'll narrow it down, and it would be kind of like who can do it the fastest. So, well, we'll get there when we reach that point. Of course.
Okay. Okay.
It's only fair.
It is.
So, if you two will go ahead and roll your intelligence.
This time you have advantage. It's not a straight roll. You can't roll bad both times, right?
Natural 1.
Oh,
So, let's see.
Aaron's getting an early lead. Nice.
One person besides Clarence had passed. So I'm going to do 8 more. Everybody else is still stuck on the first round. So number 4 is going forward. Clarence, you have gone forward.
Is 8th even still in?
Who?
8th?
Yeah, everybody is still in until somebody passes. Like,
oh,
finish.
we were confused because of the nat one.
Yeah.
Yeah, no,
That's why I was
he's
asking.
still in it, but he's skipping.
He's lost.
He's
some
skipping
pieces.
this next turn, so he doesn't get to roll this.
Oh, okay.
Okay.
Roll again.
The puzzle
Yep.
pieces are scattered. all
So
over the floor.
Clarence, you go ahead and roll a intelligence check.
Okay.
As I'm looking for the number 4 guy, he's stuck on that
Listen,
one.
you're still the highest.
Oh my
roller.
God.
So
Shh, shh.
Clarence,
Brain shut your mouth.
you are
Knock on wood.
Clarence.
Cross my fingers.
Yep.
You are on the 3rd stage. If you beat this stage, then you win. That's it. Everybody else is still stuck on the 2nd. Nope. The guy that
Some
was
are on the first, right?
the guy that's number 4. He's stuck on the 2nd one. Everybody else, including Aeth, is stuck on the 1st. So now Aeth, you can roll with this one. Everybody make an intelligence check.
Hey,
22.
22. Nice.
Mm.
Yeah. Aeth finally finished that first puzzle.
Guys, guess what?
Aeth finishes the first puzzle as someone wins the competition.
Yeah. So with a very clear victory, Clarence, you win.
Oh my god.
They're just
Oh
one
my
kobold
God.
going crazy.
Oh my god. I
There's
just come over and I hug him.
you are quickly, as like the first one was just assembling, and you quickly just go at it, while others tend to just kind of just stared at it, and you see like he was like touching it like the pieces, and it's like he just couldn't get it. There was another guy that was like right with you, but then you just kept going. You were in the zone and just kept putting stuff together. And he started falling behind, and then everybody fell behind. And by the time they even got to the 2nd puzzle, you already won the competition. So,
And I just finished this one too.
I will give Braden back his 5 gold he donated for this, and then
yeah.
I will.
So you get 25 gold pieces, do however you like, and you get a medal of wit. So if you press this medal against your temple as an action, all of these are actions, by the way, if that didn't make any sense. You gain advantage on intelligence checks and saving throws for 1 hour.
Did it. 2 times the charm.
Yeah,
So.
I told you could do it. You just needed your element.
Oh Lord.
So,
I'm gonna be honest. I went into that assuming I just rolled double nat ones and be out.
uh, so for the next 2 days, this is where um, people are obviously doing more shopping. There's not really anything going on as it's the build up to the final day, and we're going to go ahead and push to that day. So these next, the 28th and the 29th, if you guys wanted to spend money, that is what we will talk about afterwards. But we will go to the 30th. This is what everybody's waiting for. This is the Grimanagas tournament, where champions from every guild comes together and fight in a heavy combat scenario of who is going to win who is going to walk away with the prize, which is, give me a sec because I have the whole freaking name for
Whip of moaning.
it. Yeah.
The whip
Wow.
medallion of moaning.
A moan of whipping.
So who is going to walk away with the prize? Dunavir, the dragon emblem, which is made into a shield. So, obviously, and be crowned Dova King. So is
I really want that shield.
is anybody spectating? Is anybody not spectating, doing things within the festival?
I'll watch. I want to see who gets the shield.
I
Okay.
will watch as well.
Okay.
Security detail.
Uh-huh. Hey, if you are currently outside, your patrol was already to make sure people kind of got in, and so you're just kind of outside of it. So you hear all of this, just the loud chanting and the cheers as a legit stadium, if you will, is just erupting. Uh,
Glad we're not in there.
you and your group, after a lot of people went in, escorted, not that he needed to, but escorted Hanzo back to the kind of like this really big boulder that that's within the festival, and this is kind of like the area that the dragons will relax on. And so the other two who are still in their human forms will kind of lean back, and it looks like they're talking back and forth on top of this, and he kind of just goes and climbs up there, and you're allowed to pretty much continue perimeter checks throughout the outside of this coliseum.
Huh.
But for everybody else, I want to make it a little bit different. Yeah. So,
What
as
concessions do they have at the competition?
just
Expensive nachos
basic foods and drinks, if that. A lot of
that
people,
are very expensive.
a lot of people are just more into the cheering that goes on, and so
I'd say I probably got a beverage and spent however much it was to get a souvenir cup, probably like a gold or something.
just
Two
do
gold.
like 2 silver pieces. Nah, 1 silver piece. 1 silver piece seems fine.
Stadium.
Man, these
It's a stadium.
souvenir
You got
cups are overpriced.
Is it like one of those cups they sell that they put beer in that costs an extra $4 because you're just paying for the cup?
Yeah, you're just paying
Yes.
for the cup.
Yep.
So, Elise, were you watching this as well?
He probably be watching it, but more of tries to get as much of a alone space as she can and away from people as much as she can.
You would have to definitely be kind of like standing in the open area where people can walk in and out of. It's kind of like the best. It's still crowded, but that is the most least spot of people. So, anyways,
Sure.
okay. As as all of the champions come out onto the field, and you guys see uh, a multiple of different looking people, at least you see the champion of your place. Let me get to the right one. Yeah, you see your human bard. Not, you don't think he really fits with the rest of these strongs, but he's been named a champion for a reason. As you see Rem, who's out there waving at the people and winking his eye back and forth, and uh, Clay. If a lot of these names I can tell you after, because I'm probably going to go through a lot. I'm not going to say all the champions' names, but
yeah. The dwarven ones there. I think you said Garbu wouldn't technically know his name, but he'd know what he looked like.
For the champion that you're referencing, it is a Leonin as he comes out.
Sorry. It was the dwarf was the general. Sorry.
Yes.
As that switched in my head for some reason.
Yes, as the Leonin comes out, and you hear the Kygar Lightmane as he comes out, and he's like sporting his heavy sword and shield, and he's as he makes his roars. Clarence, you actually, I gotta find those people. Yeah, you hear yours as well. Not that you pay too much attention to them, as the this you can probably assume maybe a dragonborn, maybe a lizard folk, but he is in heavy armor all over. There is not a single piece of like skin showing on him. As they're like, "Here's Midrill!" As he comes walking out, he doesn't even like shout to the crowd. It's like he's just dead set on the competition. And then as everybody is waiting for the champion of the last one, that again was held 4 years ago, as everybody starts to erupt, and now the champion from the Blades of Light, we have Elvalar Wildstar! As the elf comes out and he's sporting the Donovan shield as he holds it up and everybody's shouting and just going crazy. And you can see that he definitely locks eyes with the champion from the Dark Suns. And as all of the champions are out in the pit, and they're all staring down at each other, some kind of doing this little chanting thing with their weapons, some that are just laser focused on certain individuals. There's two people at the very top of this Coliseum with two massive hammers as they both swing, hitting this bell as it just rings out. They just almost like within a second, they all just dart towards somebody as this massive fight just erupts. People cheering, celebrating. There's people throwing their drinks like crazy. At least you probably have to take a step back a little too, as you can see stuff just being flown all over the place of people's excitement. It goes crazy. There's people that you thought wouldn't really make it far. There's people who's making it far. But as this goes on for a couple of minutes, we narrowed it down to two champions that are left. This is the champion from Zetham, the Blaze of Light, the champion of the previous, and the new contender, the champion from the Dark Suns, as they both are staring at each other, and the one from the Dark Suns, as he pulls out his blade, as it erupts in a purplish like hue and little swirls that go around it. The champion from the Blades of Light, as he as well kind of holds up his shield, and just like the centerpiece emblem kind of lights up a little bit. And they just go at it. And they're just bashing left and right. And it seems as the Dark Suns champion is starting to win, starting to gain ground. What's everybody's passive? Who's at the festival? Or at the Coliseum? What's everybody's passive?
I believe like 16. Let me double check.
16 as well.
Not even
Yeah,
gonna say mine.
16.
It's not. It's not that. Where does it say actually?
Next to wisdom. Next to perception, there's like a
Yeah.
little in brackets thing.
Oh,
Yeah,
I see.
It'll
My
say
bad.
perception, wisdom plus 0, and then in brackets it'll say
Yeah.
10.
So mine's 12.
So,
Oh, I thought it was 10. Sorry.
Elise and Garbu, both of you, this was a very entertaining fight, as it looks like there probably is going to be a winner out of one of them. There's something that's off that catches both of your eyes, and it's this kind of above the tournament that seems like nobody's really paying attention to is a almost like a bowling ball size, except it's kind of see-through, and it's actually really hard to see, as it seems to be just kind of floating there. And then as it looks like the Dark Sun champion about to come down for one final strike, this orb just ricochets straight down, or rockets and kind of like stops in between both of them. As he's about to land his blow, a flash of light happens. And now you guys see, as everybody else sees, a very light bluish green entity that you can still kind of see through, as he's just wielding this really massive long sword, as it's just arched on his back, and he's just like looking at both of them. Tap the Dark Suns champion, and he just goes flying into the walls. And everybody's starting to get kind of quiet. And hey, if this draws your attention a little bit more, as a lot of people's like intensity just dies. And it's not like a sense of shock. It's not like there's people gasping. This is different. This is something's happening.
Something's wrong. We gotta go check that out.
What? And is it quiet in the Coliseum?
We gotta go check it out. That's not normal.
All right, get up the gear. Let's go. And so your group of 5 heads over there and starts to go and investigate what's happening. As back on the field, the guy, this specter, if you will, not even moving the blade off his shoulder, looks back at the Blades of Light champion and just kicks him, and he goes flying towards the other end of the wall. As they both kind of just slam into it. And it's just this gasp that's happening. He's just looking at everybody and just giving this weird smile to everything. As both of the champions come back and they attempt to try to work together. As the guy with his sword goes and tries to swing, the specter's not even moving the blade off his shoulder, but he's pivoting in ways that blade will still parry his strikes. And then the champion with the shield tries to come in and tries to kind of counter and tries to just mess up the specter's movement. And he's not fazed by anything, as it seems the two champions are really messing with each other. at this time you see that there is this as the guards like, what's that looks like some entity down there. Something's and he's beating the shit out of them.
We got a man per minute. We don't know if he's gonna attack the people.
We'll get started. You might need to go alert the dragons.
Right.
So, hey, make a dexterity check. Just how fast you can really run.
13.
Okay.
Too bad it's not swimming.
You're trying to quickly just sprint, and it's trying to really catch up with the senses of like dodging left and right and trying to go over as you're trying to yell out for the dragons. And it's going to take a moment, but you can hear a familiar voice while it is echoing a little bit, but you hear the same dragon that you was walking with. What's going on?
We got a situation. There's an entity interfering with the champion battle.
Stupid freaking mortals. You don't hear this, but the other two are like, "You want me to go handle it? You've been pretty busy doing a lot." No, it's fine. Y'all haven't got to see each other in a while. I'll take care of it.
It's manhandling the two champions.
He kind of hops down from the rock and like lands in front of you as you're kind of starting to catch your breath, and he's just, "All right, I'll go ahead and head back. Make sure everybody's fine." And he just kind of like within another hop, you can hear this transformation as he shifts from his human form into his dragon form as he flies over there. As
Ah,
as the rest of you, as you're watching, this specter is by far like he doesn't even appear to be like having any issues with these two titans. He's just the blade, this long, like great sword, if you will, that he's still holding with one hand, still perched on his shoulder. Hasn't even took it off once, as he's dodging quite maneuverably well all of their attacks and ricocheting them further and further back. Within a couple of of that, you all can see this shadowy blur of just a yellow streak as a cloud of dust tends to rise up, and you can all now see the yellow dragon in his form as he's just, "You're interfering with the tournament. Leave or die." And this specter, while looks at him and just smiles. He then pulls his blade off, swings it at the two champions as they try to block, and it almost like shoves them both together and throws them about 30 feet back as they are trying to like gather their footing as they're just sliding back. As the specter then run towards the dragon, it looks like he's about to like try to breathe or bite onto him. You see he stops in his mid pose as the specter is already like at its face, the dragon's head, and just has his hand out and is just there, not doing anything. You all start to see the yellow dragon scales like they're getting darker to almost like a sun damage, like there's cracks in them, into a very dark yellowish tint. To all three of you, Elise, Garbu, and Clarence, what are you guys doing as you're seeing this whole thing happen and transpire?
I mean,
So it's
awesome.
affecting the dragon, right?
Yes.
I think Elise will have slowly like inched her way forward, seeing all of this happen. And I think the moment she sees this thing do this to this dragon, she's probably gonna call upon this on her powers to summon her form and shoot the guiding bolt at the guy.
Okay. Clarence or Garbu?
Clarence probably isn't going to do anything except to try to get Garbu to leave. Let's go.
Garbu's probably wanting to get closer because
Yep.
is this the first time I've seen a real dragon?
No.
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 Okay. Never mind then.
This is the closest, but it's not the first.
Then yes, I want to get closer if this is the closest I've ever been to a real dragon.
Okay. Both of you, Clarence, are you like trying to pull him?
Not physically, but I'm
Okay.
trying.
You see
I'm
like
trying to like squeeze through the
you
crowd
see
to get
you see that
closer.
there's people like kind of like getting scared, like what's happening, like why isn't he attacking, what's going on, and you see Garbu kind of like starting to just crawl through the people as he's like trying to get closer as you're like
I want to see the dragon, and I just start
Garbu, come back. We gotta
going
leave.
between
It's
people's
dangerous.
legs.
Elise, go ahead and make your attack.
Well, it's gonna be 2 attacks, but yeah, I will.
Yeah, go ahead and do both of them.
I'll do see.
The guiding bolt only fires one bolt, right?
Yeah, but it's my other ability as
True.
well. That's why I went into the story form when I went there. I'll roll the.
Don't
Where is it?
miss.
Yes. Yeah, we'll see, right?
First important roll of the campaign.
I mean, I get like it's high damage roll, but
Ah.
Yeah, the 13 there.
both of them they
Nine.
both miss. I assume. I
As-
mean, it's more for cinematic effect anyway.
As you seeing that you getting a feeling in your gut like this is not good. This thing is easily taking on 2 champions and is manhandling a dragon. So you quickly kind of go into your star form, and as you put your hand out, kind of like using your fingers as you're aiming like the arrow, and then you fire your bolt as another image like right above you kind of pulls back and fires as well. Both as it looks like you're hitting the target, but it's almost like it's just absorbing it in a way. And he's just and then he just finally clenches his fist and then opens it like a burst. And then you can see this kind of like the same color of him, of like a crown slightly floating above the dragon's head. As now the other 2 dragons have now came, and they were just, what is happening? You have to stop. And he just looks back at the other 2, and he's just snaps his fingers, and then he goes back into this little ball form, and he kind of starts to go down a little bit closer to the ground, and then just zips through the crowd. As he goes through the crowd, you can see it goes like through people, and Garbu, like as you're like trying to crawl through, you see it like just gets close to you and goes like right through the person to your right, as it just goes through him, and it looks like it goes within to the festival, as people are starting to kind of like a little bit run from that scene right there.
Could I have cast a spell as it is trying to get away?
Sure. What are you going to try?
I want to try cast Moonbeam on it.
It is moving at very fast pace, but you can try, yes.
Yeah, I mean, yeah, it's gonna like initially hit it, right?
You will have to definitely put it above the crowd if you want to like try to put it in front so it will go through.
Because I mean, I don't know if it's really gonna
If
do anything.
this doesn't work, I have something I want to do.
I mean, like
It's
also
hard,
the
I don't
the
think my thing will matter.
it has to roll a Constitution saving throw, and if it's a shapeshift, it rolls with a disadvantage. And I will shoot my archer arrow at it as well, because why the fuck not? You know. Where the fuck is my sheet?
To your left.
25. I mean, maybe that will hit.
It passes, and you see it looks like the arrow hit again. You think it looks like it might have actually hit this time.
Mm-hmm. He still takes half damage from the beam.
Okay.
The 5 damage.
Hell yeah.
As it's going past me, I'd like to cast Detect Evil and Good.
Okay.
So if it's one of those creature types, that'll tell me.
And what is it that it
location.
detects?
Let me. How do you see like the? Here we go.
You can click it to put it in.
Aberration, Celestial. Oh.
Aberration, celestial, elemental, fae, fiend, or undead. You get a closer sense to. It's very weird. You get a closer sense to an aberration and a hint of undead.
Undead aberration, got it.
As it goes through, everybody goes into like out of the Coliseum into the festival. The yellow dragon with this damaged scales and this crown kind of floating above its head. It starts to look at the other two, and then you can see as it looks like it's gaining something like he's about to roar, and then he kind of tilts his head and does it towards the crowd. As at least from where you are, like a lot of the right side of the Coliseum is just gone. As he erupts his breath all onto those people. And then as that happens, the other two try to come in to attack as he pushes off and goes into the air. The other two dragons give chase. Garber, you notice as you're kind of hanging in that still spot, the guy that's to your right that it went through, you're now getting a hint of an aberration undead from him.
Does he look normal though?
He looks normal, but there was this aura that starts to show and manifest itself of this purplish black, kind of like slightly hovering all around his body as he's like, in the best terms, it's kind of like he's imagine like a zombie, but he's not turning. But this is what he is, and he just reaches his arm forward, like punching through the person that was in front of him, like his hand through him.
Can I cast Command?
Sure, you could try.
Can I see Garbu?
Out
of sight?
There's people that are now like
Garbu
starting
is
to.
under legs.
He's like,
yeah.
There's people now trying to flee from what's happening.
I'm not trying to hide, but I am underneath of people's legs.
I will try to go in Garbu's direction as fast as I can.
Yeah, you're like difficult terrain.
Yep.
Trying to fight people to get forward.
Give me a second. I'm trying to read through my list. Here it is. Command DC 14. The command will be to flee because I don't know what else to do but to get this guy away from me. So I know what he is.
You can see as you kind of command to flee, like a reaction, like you're scared. As his right arm is pretty much through the guy in front of him, as this guy's dead, he starts to just pull the guy with him as he looks like he's just walking away.
Okay, good. Do I sense any others within 30 feet?
Oh yes, it's starting to pop up.
Oh.
It seems as wherever that orb went through, in terms of people, they are now turning into this,
That's no fun.
and you're starting to hear more screams outside as you're outside, people starting to rush outwards, and you're trying to get them to calm down and like not trample over people. And you can see one person as um, that's kind of like got shoved down, and you're trying to go over to help them. Uh, you on like before you get to that person, uh, you feel like this shift in the air with this person that you can start to hear this grudging sound of just it sounds like it is not a person at all, making you kind of like take a step back and just hearing different screams from everywhere.
Damn. I don't like what's going on in there. Gotta get in there. I'm sorry.
So,
That's the cane.
are you guys staying in or are you guys going out?
I am. I think I'm still going to push towards the front, and if there's a lot of these things in my way, I would attempt a channel divinity.
Okay.
Ooh.
Channel divinity turn undead. I don't know if these things are fully undead, per se, since I'm sensing both undeath and aberration from them. But at the very least, I can make them all very afraid of me for a period of time. Hopefully.
And what? And it only works on the undead, right?
On undead creatures, yes.
Okay. Uh, as you go to like kind of cast this, you're not getting a reaction from the ones that are seem to be turned, as they are technically not undead.
Okay.
But you're getting a presence of it, like it's affecting them.
I'm gonna keep heading down towards the base. I think that's my best bet, is to get down to that arena.
Okay.
And I'm gonna be looking for the Leonid from my city.
A lot of the
Assuming clearance is behind me.
a lot of the champions were already removed way before this
Oh.
was happening, so they're not in
I thought
there.
they were still just kind of laying there.
No.
Are the two that had the sword thrown at them still there?
They once you were kind of able to like peek out and look, you see as they were like both looking up and then like hearing the screams from that, they both look like they seem to have chatted each other and are making a break to the like one of the open gates that are in the center where they are.
At that point, I'm gonna turn around and look back and like turn and like, Clarence, do you see? And realize he's not right behind me. And then start trying to look for him.
Yeah, we're looking for each other.
Okay. Elise, what are you doing?
I'm just gonna slowly, I guess, fight my way out of this bullshit place.
Are you trying to get out of the Coliseum too?
Yeah, but like, if I see things that like look like zombies, I'm not shying away from trying to kill them.
You don't immediately see them since you were in the tunnel where people can come and go, and so you're already kind of like getting pushed out, and you gotta try to go with the crowd. When you get out, you see it. You see that there is these was once people that are just going at it at others that are and again like a zombie mind, like biting people, trying to kill them, rip them apart, as it's just a mass. And you see some people, um, whether it's the guards that are going in and trying to slay these specific individuals, you see others that seem to not be with the guards, but you know, carrying their own weapons as they're going in it as too. Uh, but you also happen to see that there is those that are carrying equipment that are turned and are
Mm.
able to use it and go at it as well.
What Elisa's gonna do as she's walking up, being pushed outside, and she sees this happening, she's gonna cast another spell, and she takes out her scimitar, and it's gonna be enveloped in cosmic energy, and she will cast Cosmic Blade as a bonus action.
Alright.
And she will just start going into the fray with her radiant sword, I guess.
Clarence and Garby.
Did we find each other yet?
Amongst
I'll start fighting my way back up.
Yeah, I was
if
gonna say, I'm gonna probably get to him.
both of you pretty much should be able to get right back to each other. It's a little bit easier going up than it is down.
Okay.
So, but yeah, both of you eventually have met up with each other.
What do you want to do, Garbu? Do you want to leave or do you want to fight?
These things look bad. They're undead aberrations. They're not. They don't look good.
So we fight?
My magics aren't seeming to work the best right now against them.
Do you want to run?
Is that the good thing to do?
Probably not.
I think
Alright.
you should do the good thing.
Immediately, I just drop cannon, protector, and we go.
I'll
towards,
drop a spiritual weapon at the same time.
Yeah, we
Okay,
go toward the guys.
So both of you going up, and pretty much as you're getting to the top part where you can leave, both of you summoning the cannon and your spiritual weapons.
Yep.
Why don't we end it there so that
Ooh.
because I'm pretty sure like this round of combat will go way fast.
Yeah.
So, but we'll say that for our next adventure. So, thank you everybody for coming out to our first episode. As it started off as a very fun trying to win medals into this now.
Not just trying, we all won one.
Mm-hmm.
It took others a little bit longer.
We're not going to talk about it, okay? We're just not going to talk about it.
Pie eating contest and
So some of us won it on our first try, on the first day.
Other people cheated.
I have a freaking plus 2 to Dex, and I just, oh man.
He
I
did
played
twice, not
fair
once.
that first round,
uh,
where I got my medal. The round where I cheated, I lost.
Because, I also
I
cheat-
got-
because someone cheated twice, not once.
so we
I
will
got
pick
challenged
back
to roll
up.
Nat 20.
Yeah, we'll pick back up tomorrow at the well, not tomorrow. Sorry, yeah, tomorrow.
Next week.
We'll pick back up next week at the start of combat. So
We're playing every day this campaign. Guys.
yeah, every day. Like
Every day.
we got tired of waiting. So, anyways, thank you all for watching, and I think as always, I hope you all have a wonderful day, a wonderful night, and we'll catch you later. Bye.
Bye.